So Virginia has the lead, 21-0 over Pine City right now. Heading to the 138 weight class. Eric Sundquist for Virginia. And
Caleb Canine for Pine
Caleb
City.
Canine for Pine City at the 138 class. And here we go.
Caleb's been really good this year, scrambling from his feet. I've been quite impressed watching him. He's got his hands full a little here with Sundquist.
Sundquist going to get the early takedown points. 2-0. He's got him. Oh.
Caleb struggled a little bit with cradles here, but oof, that was a tough, tight one.
That one went pretty quick there.
That was tight cradle. So he gets the fall at 39 seconds of the first period.
39 seconds into that first period. 27-0. Virginia leads. Now we head to the 145 weight class.
So Gavin Benz from Virginia and Luke Hirsch.
Benz and Hirsch at 145 here.
Hirsch is doing a good job this year. This is his second year of wrestling, and he's learning. Gavin he's been wrestling for a long time.
So maybe a bit of a tough matchup here for Hirsch. Seen on the roster, he's listed as the JV, but it's going to be wrestling varsity today.
Yeah, Mead was a little overweight, so he didn't make the 145-pound class today.
So Hirsch will wrestle in his spot today on varsity. 40 seconds in. Virginia does have the lead 2-0.
As you might be hearing the ref saying improve, he's asking the bottom wrestler to improve his position and work to gain a base.
Okay.
He's also in telling that or saying that, he's telling the top wrestler to come out to the side beyond the hip.
Okay.
So right now Benz is on top, and we call it basically riding over top of the hip. At some point here, he's going to be told to get out to the side and work to improve. Like right now, he's now improving by gaining points, near fall points.
So some near fall points there for Benz.
And so when we look at the ref counting, when he counts to 5, you get 3 near fall points. Anything below that is 2. And there's the fall for Benz.
And then the pin call there. About a minute 32 or a minute 42 into this first period. Benz gets the points there.
So we're going to start getting into some of the firepower here for the Dragons. Some of these guys coming up here have been around a while.
152 weight class now. Tapio and Torgerson at 152. Virginia does have a lead 33-0 over Pine City right now, but as Alan mentioned, this is kind of the spot for the Dragons right now where they've got some experience.
Yep, Damien's coming a long way here in the last couple of years. I was coaching him, and he's grown, as you can see. He's a 152-pounder. He started quite small. He's sprawling now and trying to fight off that takedown. But it comes to a point where that Tapio, he gained the outside angle, and he won that battle there.
So he's going to get the 2 points for himself there. It's 2-0. 45 seconds into this first period.
Ref's got to watch that arm. Ooh.
Yeah, that arm's getting cranked on, but Tapio gets him to roll on his back. So now the ref counted once again. Are those going to be back points?
Near fall points.
Near fall points.
So we'll get 3 for red because he counted to 5.
So Tapio gets the 3 points there. And Torgerson gonna work his way out of bounds there.
So once he gains that position, when he can get back to his knees and his hands, and then I always consider that your best position for something like a sit-out, stand-up, some type of escape or reversal. And so right now you can hear his coach maybe saying, get to your base. Now he's got his base. And as Tapio's running that half, Damian shoves that shoulder down.
So almost gets to his feet on that one, but Tapio doing a good job preventing him from getting up.
Yeah, Tapio's got some good forward pressure here. Damian's trying to get that hand control, get his head up and get that. He needs hand control.
I can see Tapio working on Torgerson's wrist right there.
Yeah, we push that a lot as coaches. You need, on top, you need wrist control because you can control there.
Okay, so red deferred, and then green chose on top there.
Immediate switch by Tapio. Damian crowds him to shut that angle down, so he cannot. He's tried again. He's got to do it again.
Yeah, Tapio did a good job there, getting his arm around his leg there.
Oof! Can't leave that arm up like that.
Now Torgerson in a little bit of trouble here, trying to get himself out of bridging, but gonna get the pin call here. 27 seconds into the second period at 1:52.
So the foul happened at 2:27 of the match. And for those of you that are watching, and some of the things we're saying here is when I say 2:27 of the match, meaning you include the first period and then whatever expired in the second period, and then that's what we put in the book. So if you're hearing that and you're like, wait a second, it's the second period and it's only 27 seconds, we include those first period minutes too. I did not catch that.
So it's going to be Timmy Johnson for the Dragons.
Jacob Burris.
And Burris
be a good match
for Virginia. So I see Burris is listed at 145, but he came into weight at 156 this morning. And both wrestlers head out of bounds, so we'll head back to the center here.
This is a good section matchup because Virginia's in the section 7AA. Tim was a state entrant last year as a 10th grader. And so you can see Tim working the Russian tie right now. He's got his head on the wrong side for it, but he's working it and he's keeping Burris from doing anything here. And now Burris steps out. He could be in danger of being called for stalling there.
Okay.
Burris right to the head. That's what Tim's going to do with that underhook right there. He's going to work and get him off his head. And here comes a little throw. There he is, 2-point takedown to the back. Hips up will help.
And Johnson trying to work quickly here.
Yeah.
Trying to make quick work of.
It's 2 near fall right away. So he's up 4-0.
Working quickly is Johnson on Burris. Burris trying to work his way out of bounds, but Johnson's trying to keep him in.
And yet again, you crawl out of bounds at all there. He's going to call you for stalling right now.
So Burris could be in danger here. Getting called for the stall.
No, he didn't get called yet, but he could.
So he could.
Yeah. let me explain stalling for anyone that's listening.
Yes.
That would be if you are trying to exit the mat, you are not improving your position to score. And so it's been a high school league. Really, they've been looking at it, trying to how to get more action in the matches. That's the goal.
Okay.
The goal is to have more action in the match,
right,
for fans and to keep it rolling. So less defensive tactic with the stalling is what I'm getting at.
Okay. I want to keep everyone entertained.
Yep. Tim's got a
got a whistle there.
Potentially dangerous where his elbow came up over his ear.
Okay.
We kind of draw invisible line. If your elbow kind of comes up over the head and ear, they're going to call potentially dangerous, just to save on the wrestler's elbow, arm, or shoulder kind of thing.
Trying to keep everybody as safe as they can as the buzzer sounds, and we're going to end the first period.
So Johnson's choice, he deferred. And Virginia chooses down Burris. He really wants to get that first point for himself.
Burris just trying to get that first escape point.
And the strategy here when you choose down is you put yourself in the position to score the fastest.
Okay. So trying to get some quick points for himself as Burris, but Johnson's doing a good job of making sure Burris is not going to get that escape point.
And when you're watching Burris here, he's putting his hands way out in front of him. He's trying to keep Tim from grabbing his wrists. But Tim's coming under and grabbing those wrists quite a bit and trying to put the arm on the back like he is right now. Looking for an arm bar, some way to tie him up and get him turned to the side. He's got a deep waist on the right-hand side, also working. And I'll tell you what, when you get that deep waist, you start pinching in there, it starts like squeezing that breath out.
Oh.
You know, so he only had it. There's the stalling I was talking about because he's not improving.
Okay, so we get the stalling there on Burris.
And so a second stalling would be a point.
Okay.
So the first stalling is a freebie,
yep.
a warning, and then you come to the second one, and they're going to call you and give a point to your opponent.
Okay.
And it keeps going.
Okay.
Like that. And that can potentially affect the duel.
Oh.
In the end.
Okay.
If there's a tie in the duel, like if you're close. All those things come into play as it works out.
Okay.
Out. So we call it criteria.
Right. Okay.
It's criteria that you go through if there's a tie.
20 seconds left here in the second period.
I would say Burris, he needs to move right here. He's going to get called again at the end of the period. That is a dangerous place to be being called at the end of the second.
Johnson does lead over Burris 4-0, but yeah, it doesn't look like Burris doing too much. There's this buzzer for the second period.
And I would expect him, he's going to choose down here to give himself the opportunity to score. You got to tack those points on because, technically, Burris is a takedown and 3-point near fall away from tying this thing.
Yeah.
So there's a quick reversal.
Wow. Johnson makes quick work of that.
And that's what he needed today.
He's really working on that leg out there. What's he going for there?
Well, what he's looking to do is he's looking for a Turk right here. So he's got that. He wants to get above the knees by hooking it, and he's going to take a cross face right now, and he's going to look for back points.
Okay.
So this is a good move, a good tilt that works well. It's not necessarily a pinning move, but he's going to get, now he just got 2-point near fall. As the ref counts again, he can get that extra near fall point by keeping him on his back. That was a great move. That's a solid move that's used by very good wrestlers.
Johnson doing a good job here. He's trying to finish the match here.
Tim struggled a little bit this year with some of these guys, and he's really come of his own here today. So he's probably going to look for it again. He did get the 3 near fall.
3 near fall points there for Johnson, and it is 9-0 in favor of Johnson. Burris still on bottom.
So a little information on the scoring here of the matches. Right now, Tim would have a major decision, which will give the team 4 points. That is if you win by 8 match points or more. Now he's got him in an pretty good arm bar here.
Oh, he's got 20 seconds. Oh, and Burris.
He's really working for that pin.
Johnson trying to get the pin here. He's got 10 seconds to get it.
I think he's got it.
Oh, maybe he'll have it here. Oh,
Burris. Fighter.
Yeah, Burris.
He did get it. Boy.
But Johnson. 3 seconds left.
5:57.
Wow.
Pretty good.
Oh, Johnson at the very end will get the pin he was working for.
That's great. So going back to we'll get the next wrestlers here and I'll explain some of the scoring. You might notice the ref was talking to Tim.
Yeah.
You know, it probably isn't anything big. I know this ref pretty well.
You can hear Jacob Lindahl will wrestle for Pine City. And for Virginia, looks like
Miguel, is it Tuchel?
Tuchel? McGwen Tuchel will be wrestling here for Virginia. The ref telling both of them to try and stay on the mat there.
That was 2. So 2 for Lindahl here for a takedown. So I was describing the point scenario.
Yeah.
If you win by 8 match points or more, it's called a major decision, and you get 14 points. If you win by less than 8, you get a decision, which is 3 points. A tech fall by 15 points or 15 points to stop the match.
Okay.
It's 5 points for the team, and then a fall, of course, is 6.
Okay.
And so that's how the team score works out here.
Right.
So
Lindahl maybe got himself into a bit of trouble there. As Tuchel trying to get the pin, working on it, but Lindahl doing everything he can to prevent that.
Lindahl left that arm up, and Tuchel took advantage of it. So 47 seconds left in the period. Jacob's pretty good at bridging up.
Well, he's trying to work on that, trying to keep himself from getting pinned, but Tuchel, man, he's really working. And
yeah, that's a tough one there.
Tuchel's gonna get the pin. Minute 22 in to that one.
All right, here we go. We have next up.
So this will be the 182 weight class. Gavin Rockstro for Pine City. And Gabe Sundquist there for Virginia. And Rockstro working quickly for the takedown. Rockstro gets the early 2 points in this match. "20 seconds into this match now. And Rockstro gonna let him up. And Rockstro and Sundquist here at 182.
Rockstro's going to work the upper body stuff here. Surprise. Well, there you go, takedown.
So another takedown there for Rockstro.
Little surprise there.
So now both their feet were out of bounds, but they did not call them out.
Yeah, so really what happens is kind of gone to this college mindset, essentially, where you draw a cylinder. Essentially, imagine a cylinder going up from the white lines. There needs to be 2 points of contact in.
Okay.
Okay, so right there, that could have been a warning. And so anyway, 2 points of contact could be 2 feet. Could be a knee and a foot. Could be an elbow and a knee.
Okay.
And so 2 points in is what they're looking for. That's kind of the new mindset.
All right. As we see Rockstro with the 8-2 lead here. Over a minute and a half into this first period. And another 2 there for Rockstro. 12-4. He leads. So that's 8 points. So if the match were to end here, that would be a major decision.
Correct.
And you hear the buzzer, so we're going to go into the second period. Rockstro with the lead, 15-4 over Sundquist right now. So
Rockstro deferred, and they chose neutral position. Sundquist chose neutral, and if I were making a guess, the coach would choose that because he's seeing that Rockstro's overpowering his wrestler, and he's just saying, "Okay, let's take you down," and we'll let him work towards the tech, kind of getting out of here.
A 13-point lead right now for Rockstro, but he's going to get the pin. 2 minutes, 27 seconds. So Rockstro with the pin there for Pine City. It's 12-45. Virginia still leads, so we get up to 195 now.
We're going to see a new Dragon coming in here. Well, he's not new, but for the Dragons, Logan Kalecki.
So I see Logan Kalecki on here as an 8th grader.
Correct. Keegan is also an 8th grader.
So some 8th graders going at it here at 195.
Logan, we're going to see a lot of here in the upcoming days, with the Dragons.
Yes.
In the upcoming years. He's been in the youth program. He's come up through the ranks quite a while here. So his parents should be proud of where he's at right now because he's doing quite well as an 8th grader. Strong, big. He's working hard in practice from what I understand from the coaches. So, kudos to him. He's earned this opportunity here to do this.
No points yet in this first period, 50 seconds in. See a lot of head tugging here. What's the motive?
Well, you're trying to gain. Okay, you're trying to gain an angle on your opponent. The head, really, what we say is where the head goes, the body goes.
Okay.
And so a lot of younger wrestlers, they'll clamp down on the head, but there's really not much you can do.
Okay.
There's some duck unders you can do, but when you get so tight in there, it's tough to do anything. Yeah. So what we try to do is we try to coach them up to get forehead to forehead.
Okay.
If you're going to be in there on the head, that way you have some space to work with.
Right.
So popping the head, moving it around. There's just that millisecond flinch, and as you get up to this level, those small flinches are what you take advantage of.
Right.
And they're fewer and far between at the varsity levels as you get older. And that's one of the things I try to coach the levels is you go from junior high to JV to varsity.
Yeah.
And every time the windows get smaller. Yeah. Okay, so red deferred there. So Coleman deferred, and Kalecki chose down.
Kalecki is kind of a somersault there, trying to get.
Yeah, that's a Granby. He's kind of a Granby makeup he's trying to do there.
Okay.
Gets his one.
He gets the escape point there.
So they're right here where they're ear to ear. This is the too tight I'm talking about. But when they get forehead to forehead, now he's got something to work with.
So that millisecond there, that twitch.
Yep. These big guys are trying to jockey for position.
Okay.
So it looks like they're bullfighting and pushing on each other. Really what's happening is It's kind of like I dare ya.
Oh, okay. Klecki here. And Comer. Marking Klecki trying to get that takedown there, but shoves him away. Again, 2 8th graders going at it here at 195. So we approach 1 minute left here in the second period. Klecki with 3 points. Comer with none.
So a lot of the action has been taken on by Klecki here. Virginia, he's not real active, and there you go.
So Klecki,
so that's what he's looking for.
So now 2 takedown points there for Klecki. He leads 5-0. 30 seconds left in this second period.
He's trapped that arm underneath here, looking for his power half. Yep, there he goes. Power half over, gets a near fall.
So, seen Comer there kind of grasping his hands together.
Yeah. He's trying to gain leverage to keep his shoulder off the mat.
Okay. But Klecki going to get the pin there.
349.
Pin at 349 here of that 195 match. It's 45-18.
I believe that might be Klecki's first varsity pin.
Wow. And if that is, yes, congratulations there to Klecki.
Start of a career there at the varsity ranks. Virginia, Corey Bonner. So 220.
We're at the 220 weight. Now we've seen on the list here that Dragons didn't have anyone at 220 to begin with.
So a forfeit for the Dragons.
So it will be forfeit there for Dragons. Now we're to this 285, the heavyweights.
And Justin is another prior state entrant here. Took him down there
and
2 years ago.
Well, Matson working quick here.
Yeah, Matson's a big Greco wrestler. He does a lot of upper body work.
And makes quick work of that one.
Yeah, he does. And that was, I think that was a statement of, this is how it's going to go in the section.
Okay.
And he's really, really looking for a state tournament berth again. So he gets the fall in 20 seconds.
20 seconds is all that took there for Matson. And I was looking on, the guillotine, and Matson is number 10 in the state in Class AA.
Yeah, he's last year he had a knee injury that ended his season. So he had to have his knee surgery. Anyway, they've been watching him for a few years. So he does a lot of wrestling with Minnesota USA, and this summer he was down wrestling in the southern United States a lot. I know that. And then he does a lot of off-season wrestling.
Okay.
Greco freestyle, and he enjoys a lot of it. So it shows.
Right.
And
right.
But the other part of that in being ranked is that people are watching.
Okay.
So he's cracked the rankings before, and he's going to do nothing but move up in the rankings here as a junior as they watch him.
Yeah.
So, yeah, number 10 ranked. Pretty good,
yeah.
But also you got to keep your mind in it. Here.
Right, yeah. Definitely don't want to let that get to you.
Yeah, well, a lot of times what happens is people see your name in the rankings and they're gunning to
come
after you and get a win on you.
Yeah.
Because all of a sudden you beat a ranked wrestler. So
right.
You got to be careful, and I look at it as minding your manners on the mat and keeping the basics going, making sure you take care of business.
Yeah.
And then when you meet up those other ranked wrestlers, now you got a challenge on your hand because those boys are also really good.
right.
So
they're not ranked for no reason.
Yeah, Matson met up with Eli Novak from Foley a couple weeks ago, and he did lose to him, but it was a really good match. And those two they go back and forth. So they wrestle together in some of the clubs that they go to.
Okay.
And so at the end of the match, they're shaking hands and giggling at each other. But for that 6 minutes, they're in there. It's a dogfight.
Yeah. Yeah, it's all business on the mat, but once it's over,
they're still friends. And they enjoy the sport of wrestling together. So, overall there, I thought the Dragons, some of them came out firing. Others of them were a little bit, I wouldn't say lethargic, but they needed to move a little more. So I'm sure coaches over there talking with them about that, some of the wrestlers.
Yeah.
Saying, hey, we got to wake up.
Right, right. It might be a little bit early for a match, but hey, we gotta get going here.
Sure.
So again, Pine City does lose in that match, 51-24 to Virginia. So this next match will be, if I'm thinking correctly, should be Virginia and Rush City Bram.
Correct.
Okay.
Yep, they elected to have Pine City and Rush City be the last one of the day. They have conference.
Yeah, that's a good matchup between those two teams when they wrestle. Always a good matchup between those two teams.
Yeah, we always have fun wrestling that one. It just something about it. Everyone comes ready to go.
Yes.
Usually we get it on a Friday night, and we build it up. But this year, with COVID, they obviously couldn't do that.
Right.
And this venue works best for what we got to do. You're probably noticing that they're washing the mats right now, right away, because that's protocol.
Right.
There's a lot of different protocols that need to happen. So. Wrestling is one of the few sports where the athletes, when they're on the mat, do not need to are not required to wear a mask.
Yeah.
Some are opting to do that still, which is great.
Right.
But, yeah, there's a lot of people are wondering, how can you do this sport? Well, there's been some teams that have shut down, but overall, I've been quite impressed with the state overall, how few teams have had to shut down.
Yeah.
There's going to be some, but we have that in the professional sports scenario too. So
yes.
They're going to do what they can to stop the spread, and they're doing a good job from what I can see.
Yeah.
Currently, so.
Yeah, and in just winter sports altogether, it's been pretty good. We haven't had too many teams who have had to take breaks here and there for COVID-related issues.
Yeah, and hearing the other day the news that winter sports are going to get an opportunity in the state tournament. So I was getting information about the wrestling team. They've got a plan for that out already now.
Okay.
So they're going to be using multiple sites and minimizing the numbers together.
Okay. Yeah, because usually it's a whole ordeal at the XL Energy Center.
Yeah, and even leading up to it, you get 7, 8 teams, 9 teams together in one gym.
Yeah.
That's no more this year.
Right.
It'll be a minimum or a maximum of 3, and I would say they're going to try to minimize that by keeping them regional. Now our region, 7AA, is long and large. Like it goes from, it used to go from Rush City. They're no longer in our section, but it goes basically from Pine City up to the Iron Range, Grand Rapids, Virginia, Hibbing. They're all in our section. It goes clear over to Mora, Malacca. They're all in.
Yeah.
Foley's in.
Okay.
So it's it's a big section.
Yeah. Yeah, very big.
When you look at it, and anyhow, I'm telling the fans
yes.
they're going to take care of not having these teams all together in one place. They're going to go to multiple sites, and then in the end, they're going to wrestle it off between 2 teams at one site and make sure everybody's safe. So that's the positive, that these guys and gals all get to participate in that.
Right.
I don't know how the section individual is going to go.
Yeah.
It'll be very interesting to see how that rolls.
Right.
I think what's going to happen is they're going to have to keep fans pretty well out. But I couldn't speak for that yet.
Right.
However, I've been quite impressed with the streaming that some of the other schools have done.
Yeah.
And our own. I was able to watch the Dragons wrestle in Hibbing, and other schools, obviously. Proctor.
Yeah.
We were able to watch them. And so the way they've done it with streaming has been fantastic. So if any other schools out there are listening, you're doing a good job. So thank you from the fan perspective. People appreciate it.
Yeah, especially you got grandparents and maybe even some parents who can't come out, whether it's because they aren't at home at the home meet or they just simply want to keep themselves safe and not go out. Yeah, it's great opportunity these schools have provided to stream these events. I know a lot of parents, grandparents, cousins are so thankful just to be able to watch since they can't come out. So
right, yeah, and it's good for the guys. they can come back and watch their matches again. They do that anyways, but for the most part, it has helped get this out there and, get some sense of normal.
Right. Oh, Rush City Bram, the co-op there.
So I believe they posted the start time for 11:15 on the Rush City, Virginia duel. So there probably will be a little break here before they get rolling.
So just a little bit of time in between matches here. Get everything cleaned up and ready to go. And while they take this time to warm up and get ready, we'll take a commercial break here. Of course, you're listening to Wrestling here on WCMP.
Are you interested in a technical degree that can quickly help you land your dream career? Or maybe you've always dreamed of going to a four-year college, but you'd like to start close to home. Either way, Pine Technical and Community College has you covered. PTCC offers more than 50 degrees in hot fields like healthcare information technology, advanced manufacturing, and business. PTCC is now accepting applications. Financial aid may be available. Online at pine.edu. Starting out or starting over, find your future at Pine Technical and Community College.
It takes a team effort to ensure a successful future. That's why Town & Country Insurance in Hinckley, Finlayson, and Mora, your local Grinnell Mutual member insurance company, and Grinnell Mutual are celebrating the accomplishments of our student athletes across every sport. We recognize the dedication it takes to work and play hard. Your display of teamwork makes it easy to trust in tomorrow. Trust in Tomorrow is a registered trademark of Grinnell Mutual Reinsurance Company.
Monuments are everlasting commemoratives to show our appreciation for lives lived, moments given, and celebrations with loved ones. Bram Monument Company has helped countless families celebrate and commemorate lives and moments for over 110 years. So when you need them, they'll be there for you every step of the way with your monument selection. Check out their website at brammonument.com and see for yourself the amazing selection they have.
Wellia Health offers sports medicine services at all our campuses in Mora, Pine City, and Hinckley. Dr. Mullen and his team treat a full range of sports injuries for all athletes at any level of competition. If you are injured, we want to help you return to the game as quickly and as safely as possible, providing the sports medicine care you need when you need it to help you live life well with Wellia Health. Call 320-679-1313 to schedule for any location.
This is a story we all share, of a place rooted in tradition and rich with opportunity, of people driven by compassion and vision. At Essentia Health, we're proud to play our role in this story because we know that this place, these people, are like nowhere else. Visit Essentia Health in Hinckley, Sandstone, or our new location in Moose Lake for all your care needs. Schedule an appointment at essentiahealth.org today.
The new year is here. It's the perfect time to trade out the old and bring in the new. That's the new furnace to keep you cozy warm for the rest of winter and for years to come. Aquarius Home Services, your local heating expert, is here to help with a fantastic New Year's special. How does a new furnace for as low as $45 per month sound? That's right, as little as $45 per month. To learn more and schedule your free estimate, visit AquariusHomeservices.com today.
Daggett's Fresh Foods in Hinckley, providing you with the highest quality food for your family. This week at Daggett's, get 80% lean ground beef for just $2.49 per pound. Get bone and assorted pork chops, $1.69 per pound. Get a 4-pound bag of navel oranges for $2 for $7. And boxes of General Mills cereals are $4 for $10. Deals are good this week only while supplies last, so hurry into your local grocery store, Daggett's Fresh Foods in Hinckley.
If you've been injured in an auto accident or have sustained other personal injury, you don't have to leave town to get good representation. Spear & Swanson attorneys at law in Pine City are experienced and will work on your case with no fee until they get you money. They also handle divorce and custody cases, criminal defense, including DWI and other legal matters. Spear & Swanson is your local law firm that cares about you. So if you need legal representation or advice, call 320-629-7586. Spear & Swanson, attorneys at law in Pine City.
Hey, I'm Chad Greenway. When I was playing, I loved chasing down running backs. But you shouldn't have to chase your bank around when you're buying a home. Franzen Bank and Trust Mortgage Consultants will be with you stride for stride, like a linebacker on a running back, from pre-approval to closing and beyond. Let Franzen Bank guide you through the mortgage process. Learn more at franzenbank.com/getThere. Franzen Bank and Trust. Real people, real results. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
M Health Fairview Clinic in North Branch can help your entire family stay healthy, heal from illness and injuries, or manage complex health conditions. Specialties include family medicine, diabetes education, and physical therapy, with early morning appointments and 24/7 scheduling online or by phone. To schedule an appointment, call 185-FAIRVIEW or use MyChart. Urgent care is also available at North Branch Monday through Friday from noon till 8 and 9 to 5 on the weekends.
Minnesota. It's home. Hot summers at the lake, beautiful falls, snowy winters, and rainy springs. We experience it all. Make sure you're ready to handle whatever this state throws at you with help from Minnesota Equipment in Isani. Minnesota Equipment carries brands you love, like John Deere, Steel, Toro, Gravely zero-turn mowers, and Ariens snowblowers. Their helpful staff can not only get you the equipment you need, but can help you maintain it so it will last. Plus, they carry a full line of farm equipment. Minnesota Equipment in Isani. Online at minnesotaequipment.com.
The Rush City Youth Sports Club is striving to provide an opportunity for young boys and girls to establish sports fundamentals in a fun, competitive, and sportsmanlike environment. The sports club is run completely through volunteers. They are supported by fundraisers such as the Cadillac Dinner, selling pizzas, hosting youth tournaments, and donations made by individuals. Everything earned through the sports club are given back to our school to buy equipment and subsidize costs for our high school athletic programs. To donate or to find out how to volunteer, visit Rush City School's website.
K&K Concrete is a proud supporter of Pine City Dragon Athletics. K&K Concrete specializes in foundations, driveways, decorative concrete, and more. Find them on Google for more information. K&K Concrete would like to say good luck and go Dragons.
Great homes start with a sound foundation. That foundation starts with a mortgage from Northwoods Bank. Northwoods Bank is a community bank that knows the neighborhood. We have personalized home lending solutions, and with our rapid mortgage, apply online at northwoodsbank.com 24/7. Be approved in 20 minutes and be in your dream home sooner. Think local when it comes to your banking solutions. Northwoods Bank, we make it happen for you. Northwoods Bank is an equal housing lender and FDIC insured.
Reliance Financial is a full-service accounting and tax firm. They offer a broad range of services for both business and personal finance. They take pride in helping their clients achieve their financial goals. Reliance Financial can help you with tax planning and preparation, wealth management, and day-to-day accounting needs for your business. Whatever your financial needs are, reach out to the knowledgeable staff at Reliance Financial today. Locally owned and operated. Find them at rfinancial.org or 307-462-6991.
Rydberg & Sons is your local family-owned and operated excavation company. From Class 5 and custom gravel crushing to shoreline restoration, Rydberg & Sons are your guys. They'll also do grading, build site preparation, demolition, graveling of roads, and much more. Need fill? They got you covered from boulders or gravel to recycled blacktop and concrete. So whether you're building, demolishing, landscaping, or have a muddy driveway, call the crew at Rydberg & Sons at 320-629-2503. Rydberg & Sons, we move the earth.
Before it's too late, call Dale's Heating and Appliance. Winters here can be brutal. When the temperatures drop, it's important to keep your heating system working in your home or office. Dale's Heating and Appliance will install and service an array of top brand heating systems and provide 24-hour emergency service. Trustworthy, on-time, and worry-free, Dale's Heating and Appliance in Pine City, serving all communities. For expert service guaranteed, call 320-629-3531.
Each and every hockey player on the ice has had dreams of one day making it to the pros. As we get older, we still have dreams, but those dreams change. Are you dreaming of a new home or maybe a remodeling project on your current home? Let Log Creek Builders help you make your dreams a reality. George Sell with Log Creek Builders is ready to help you complete your next project. Visit Log Creek Builders on Facebook to see what dreams have come true for others and what is possible for you. Log Creek Builders says good luck and go Dragons.
Your favorite A&W family restaurant in Pine City will be closed starting at 4 p.m. on Sunday, January 24th for kitchen remodeling. At A&W, we have loved our loyal customers, serving you since 1955, and looking forward to serving you the same great food and treats with our brand new kitchen for years to come. Like Burchin's A&W Family Restaurant on Facebook for updates and to let you know when we reopen. We look forward to seeing you soon at your A&W Family Restaurant in Pine City.
Graham Area Public Schools, big enough to offer opportunity, small enough to stand out.
At Graham Area Public Schools, we strive to build positive connections with every student that walks into our school.
We are committed to knowing our students to help them grow into the best versions of themselves.
This is a school where every student can belong.
Our school offers a wide array of options for our students both in and out of the classroom to learn and grow into productive, contributing, service-minded citizens.
Graham Area Public Schools.
Big enough to offer opportunity, small enough to stand out.
Go Bombers!
Are you interested in a technical degree that can quickly help you land your dream career? Or maybe you've always dreamed of going to a four-year college, but you'd like to start close to home. Either way, Pine Technical and Community College has you covered. PTCC offers more than 50 degrees in hot fields like healthcare information technology, advanced manufacturing, and business. PTCC is now accepting applications. Financial aid may be available. Online at pine.edu. Starting out or starting over, find your future at Pine Technical and Community College.
It takes a team effort to ensure a successful future. That's why Town & Country Insurance in Hinckley, Finlayson, and Mora, your local Grinnell Mutual member insurance company, and Grinnell Mutual are celebrating the accomplishments of our student athletes across every sport. We recognize the dedication it takes to work and play hard. Your display of teamwork makes it easy to trust in tomorrow. Trust in Tomorrow is a registered trademark of Grinnell Mutual Reinsurance Company.
Monuments are everlasting commemoratives to show our appreciation for lives lived, moments given, and celebrations with loved ones. Brand Monument Company has helped countless families celebrate and commemorate lives and moments for over 110 years. So when you need them, they'll be there for you every step of the way with your monument selection. Check out their website at brandmonument.com and see for yourself the amazing selection they have.
Wellia Health offers sports medicine services at all our campuses in Mora, Pine City, and Hinckley. Dr. Mullen and his team treat a full range of sports injuries for all athletes at any level of competition. If you are injured, we want to help you return to the game as quickly and as safely as possible, providing the sports medicine care you need when you need it to help you live life well. With Wellia Health, call 320-679-1313 to schedule for any location.
This is a story we all share, of a place rooted in tradition and rich with opportunity, of people driven by compassion and vision. At Essentia Health, we're proud to play our role in this story because we know that this place, these people, are like nowhere else. Visit Essentia Health in Hinckley, Sandstone, or our new location in Moose Lake for all your care needs. Schedule an appointment at essentiahealth.org today.
The new year is here. It's the perfect time to trade out the old and bring in the new. That's the new furnace to keep you cozy warm for the rest of winter and for years to come. Aquarius Home Services, your local heating expert, is here to help with a fantastic New Year special. How does a new furnace for as low as $45 per month sound? That's right, as little as $45 per month. To learn more and schedule your free estimate, visit AquariusHomeservices.com today.
Daggett's Fresh Foods in Hinckley, providing you with the highest quality food for your family. This week at Daggett's, get 80% lean ground beef for just $2.49 per pound. Get bone-in assorted pork chops, $1.69 per pound. Get a 4-pound bag of navel oranges for $2 for $7. And boxes of General Mills cereals are $4 for $10. Deals are good this week only while supplies last, so hurry into your local grocery store, Daggett's Fresh Foods in Hinckley.
Back here inside Pine City High School, getting ready for the co-op of Rush City and Bram to take on Virginia. Just about set here. At 106, we did have a forfeit. So now we'll move to the 113 weight. The forfeit was on Rush City Bram's side, so Virginia does lead right now, 6-0. So here we are at the 113 weight. They are underway. It is a quick takedown here for Virginia. Virginia working quickly, try and get this pin early in this match. 30 seconds in. And Kelly Gorman trying to work out. Gorman works to his belly now, but Virginia wrestlers still working to get him. And now Gorman's still working hard, keeping himself up on his belly.
I didn't catch the name for 113 of Virginia. I'm trying to see if that's Kendall.
Two more points here for Virginia. They now lead 10-0 here in this first period. We've got about 10 seconds left. Kelly Gorman, 5 seconds now in the first period. And one, and there's the buzzer. So Gorman did a good job of some defensive wrestling there, but Gorman's gonna have to get some blood time. Going into the second period, Virginia leads 6-0, and in this 113 match, they lead 10-0 over Gorman.
And Gorman chose neutral on that.
So neutral from Gorman.
And explaining some of the time you have here with blood time, you have injury and blood time. When your blood time expires, you eventually would have to forfeit the match, but you get 5 minutes. So they keep track down on the table, and injury time. It's changed so many times. It used to be more. And it might. I think it's only, if I remember right, it's like 2 minutes or something. But it's not much.
No.
I mean, if you're using injury time, a lot of times what you're using is, I mean, you're injured,
right?
Kind of thing.
Yeah.
So you don't need 5 minutes to lay there on the mat and know that you can't continue.
Gorman shoots, but nice sprawl there from the Virginia wrestler.
Yeah, and what Gorman needs to do there is he needs to penetrate deeper. He didn't take a lot of very deep steps. So what we work on is getting that, closing the space so that you can get in there. Virginia is doing a good job of hooking that ankle, looking for the crossface, and here comes a tilt.
So right now it's 12-0. He's 3 points away from that 15-point mark. But he's going to look for a pin instead. Gorman does a good job, though, getting out of trouble.
So if it looks like he got a quick 2 points there on the back, it's because the ref swiped 2 times. 2, 3, or 4, you get 2 points. 5 swipes, you get 3. So one swipe, nothing. But you got to have him turned for that 2 count. In order to get some points. So he did get those.
Gorman will be on bottom, the Virginia wrestler on top. Gorman trying to work his way up for an escape. So again, if he reaches that 15-point mark for the Virginia wrestler, the match is then over.
Yep.
Okay.
He'll call it as a technical fall. So what he's trying to do right now is he's trying to get a good, solid turn on him instead of just turning him a little bit to get 2 points and then end the match. What he's trying to do is trying to turn him and get the pin. So right now with this, he's got to jump out to the side and get that good, solid turn. On a good wrestler, what he's going to do is make sure he has that solid turning move.
Okay.
Whether it be an arm bar, a good cradle, something that's going to be a high percentage pin to secure that pin and get 6 points for his team. In a lot of duels, when they're so close, that 1 point can make a difference.
Yes, absolutely.
For the team. So right now, he's trying to look for a little bit different way of going at the cradle. So Gorman's going to have a little more blood time.
Virginia might have to take some of that blood time as well.
And little coaching thing here. When the other wrestler has blood and you have blood, you're hoping it's on his blood time.
Okay.
Because
they
don't take from both of you.
Okay.
They call it cleanup time. So if you're watching, well, maybe you can't see the cleanup area, but the ref indicated that cut blood time. Once the blood is stopped, like it is no longer, for a better term, flowing. You get it plugged. Now you stop that, and it's just cleanup.
Okay.
There's no penalty for cleanup. And so Green chooses up. Well,
Gorman will be up here.
Maybe it was red that chose. He indicated Green chose neutral last time.
Okay.
I think that was a mistake. It should have been red choosing neutral. Let's see what he goes with here. Yeah.
So for Gorman to be on top, what is the thinking with that?
Thinking is that he's been just pinning him down here, give him a chance to score from the top. He hasn't done a whole lot from the bottom. Unfortunately, the give there is that you give your opponent, who is 2 points away from a tech fall, the opportunity right there to get the tech fall on a reversal.
Okay.
And so it ends the match.
So there it is.
Yeah.
Virginia will get the tech fall there.
And what you're trying to do is you're trying to give your wrestler an opportunity to get the best chance to score. So tech fall is at 418.
At 120, Virginia's Colton Gallus. Rush City Rams open.
So Colton Gallus for Virginia.
And they're open for Rush City. Forfeit.
And a forfeit there. At the 120 weight. $17-0, the Virginia lead now.
Should mention there is some yelling going on here. There's another mat with JV matches going on.
Yes. So Hedblum for Virginia. Umbright for Rush City Bram. At the 126 weight.
This will be a good match. Landon's a tough wrestler here, and so is Asher. You see, Asher's had the leg up there, but they're called out. There's gonna be a good scrambling match here, I believe.
126 weight. Again, it's Hedblum for Virginia. Umbright for Rush City Bram. Virginia does lead 17-0 on the scoreboard, but these two are getting after it early here.
Yeah, Umbright's looking for the throw, missed it. There's a takedown.
Hedblum with the early two here.
There's a cradle coming underneath.
Trying to work on it and got Umbright in trouble, and
Yeah, that's a good cradle.
Wright doing everything he can to work out of it, but
puts his knee inside. And, yeah.
Hedblum gets the pin there at about 1:08 into that one. Virginia leads 23-0 right now. Now we'll head to the 132 weight class.
At 132, Rush City Brand, Luke Gold, Virginia's own.
So a forfeit there for Virginia. At the 132 weight. Now we'll head to the 138 weight class.
At 138, Pine City Brand, Rush City is Isaac Coolidge, Virginia's Eric Suddenly.
So for Rush City Bram, it will be Isaac Coolidge. And for Virginia,
Eric Sundquist.
Sundquist.
Coolidge has come of his own here in the last couple of years. He's done a good job. He's a ninth grader, but I've watched him wrestle, and he does a really good job of scrambling, as you saw there.
Yeah.
Okay. He was wrestling some of the lower weights here as he was younger, and he's got some skill.
Coolidge with the early lead, 4-1 right now over Sundquist.
You got a quick near fall there on that. It's kind of the way you kind of put it as a backwards cradle, but it is more of a near side there.
Another two there for Coolidge for the takedown.
The advantage kind of being here today is I've coached against both of these teams for 10 years. So I see the kids come up, and as they age, you learn them as junior high wrestlers, and then you watch them as early varsity, like JV, and then early varsity, and then to watch them graduate. It's fun. It's kind of sad because it's like an era.
Right. Wrestlers work their way out of bounds. Sundquist will be on the bottom while Coolidge on top. Coolidge kind of just lets him stand there.
And one of the tactics there is Sundquist felt like he's better on his feet.
Okay.
So if you feel like you're better on your feet, as you can see, he's doing a good job defending with that, keeping him at arm's length and a little shuck by there. Really what he's trying to do is he's trying to use his defense to create offense.
Okay.
And so you hear the coaches, move him. What you want is forward and lateral movement as well as up and down. So I would focus on six-way movement. And so Coolidge is using a lot of that right now as he goes forward, backward, and side to side. And there you see that drop to the leg, making him think, uh-oh.
Sundquist will be down, Coolidge up.
So Sundquist wants to score and get a little extra point, a little catch up here.
Okay.
He felt his best way was to go down, at least get one, but he's looking for a switch here. So
Coolidge doing a pretty good job on top here, preventing Sundquist from getting up, but Coolidge is kind of just gonna let Sundquist get up. Back to their feet now.
So right there, if he crosses his legs, Sundquist crosses his legs over the head, it's going to be called potentially dangerous.
Okay.
And now the ref is watching the knee here, making sure that the knee is not in jeopardy. And if they don't do much here, they're going to call a stalemate
Okay.
I can hear him counting.
Now they're both kind of just stuck.
Yeah, there's the stalemate, and that's what they're looking for because neither had the advantage there.
Okay. Stalemate between those two. They'll work their way back to the center. Coolidge and Sundquist. Coolidge does have the advantage right now, 6-3.
And so as you watch Coolidge here, he doesn't have the best stance, but he has a defensive stance right there. Sundquist trying for a high crotch, leaving his left arm up. That's what stopped him on that one. You got to clear that arm right over top. So Coolidge is using that defense again to spin.
So he'll get the 2 points there. As we are under 30 seconds left here in the second period. It's Coolidge and Sundquist, Rush City Bram versus Virginia.
So Coolidge is doing a great job on his feet. Trying to roll through there. Nobody has the advantage yet. There's the advantage once he stepped over.
So Sundquist gets the 2 there. This has become a really good match. It's 8-6 now, and we'll head into the third period.
That was a big bonus for Sundquist, scoring that 2 at the end of the period. And so I'm just kind of looking at who's choosing here. So green chooses neutral. And so there we go with Sundquist again. I'm sorry, Coolidge again. Looking for the feet.
Okay.
So he knows he feels he has the advantage on his feet. And really trying to get a quick score and go up 4 points right here to turn the corner on a good double. There's his 2 points.
Well, he does get the 2.
So going back to the end of that second period, a lot of coaches really push into their guys' heads, and that was one of the things I pushed was we score at the end of the period, they don't.
Okay.
Because if you score at the end of the period, all of a sudden you just put a mental barrier in his head.
Right, right.
And on the scoreboard.
Yeah, yep.
And all of a sudden he's like, oh, man, I just got scored on.
Yeah.
And so you push for that. And so he lets him up again for that escape. Now he's up by 3.
Oh, but Coolidge, Sundquist quickly. It's 2 his way.
Yep. So now what they were going to do is they're going to watch the clock. There's 55 seconds left. And what's going to happen is Sundquist is going to take his chance by letting him up at some point to take him down and tie it, possibly pushing for overtime. So I'm watching the coaches watch the clock.
Okay.
and that's one of the things you push into wrestlers is you don't watch the clock, I watch it for you.
Okay.
Ooh, Sundquist just made a big mistake.
Yeah,
that might be the match.
Coolidge going to get himself on top, get the reversal, get the 2. It's now 12-9.
But it's not over.
No.
You have 24, get away, get 1. Now he can score and tie it.
Yeah, you heard the entire bench yell, get him down, take him down.
There's the tying takedown. So if he goes for, there's reverse or near fall.
So we got a whistle there.
Potentially dangerous on that leg. And so you can hear the coaches from Virginia yelling for near fall points. And, you know, I would leave that to the ref to make that decision. I'm not going to comment on it. I might be on the other side, you know, down in there if it was my guy.
Right.
Yelling the same thing.
Right, exactly.
But Coolidge actually has the advantage here being down because he can score quick, come to the end of the period.
So we come to the end of 3. It's all tied at 12 apiece between Sundquist and Coolidge.
So now we're going to overtime. Sudden victory. First takedown wins.
Okay.
But they will allow, if you take him to his back, takedown to his back, a near fall, they will allow you to have the opportunity to pin and gain 6 points for your team. So just because you score here doesn't mean it's over. You can still gain that fall.
Right.
I keep stepping in here to see the clock because you want to know what's going on. Oh, Coolidge gives it up. And so actually right there, the ref should have allowed that to continue.
Okay, yeah.
As long until Coolidge went to his stomach.
Okay.
And so that was just a gutsy end of the match by Sundquist. He was down. And he wins it in sudden victory. 14-12.
Wow. What a match that was.
It was fun.
Yeah, that was a really good one there between Sundquist and Coolidge there at 138.
And that was like the beginning. I looked at it and I go, oh, Umbright and Coolidge, this is going to be a good one. Oh, boy.
So 2 Gavins here.
This will be a good one. I mean, this will be Gavin Schroeder he's young, but I think he can hold his own. One thing I would say to explain to people is there's a lot of jockeying going around down on the bench for coaches, and so there's 2 takedown for Virginia. There's a lot of jockeying going on with who you're going to have matchups with, and so depending on who you want your matchups with, you may change your lineup.
Okay.
So there's the fall for Gavin Benz.
So Benz,
35 seconds.
35 seconds into that first period, gets the pin.
And so I can see the coaches down there jockeying, looking at the lineup card, saying, okay, who matches up well with who here?
Right.
And you're not going to get all the perfect matchups, but
trying just to find that one that seems to fit best.
Correct. Yep, and it's similar to other sports where you have matchups on the floor of basketball, or you have matchups in the wide receivers in football,
right,
or pitching matchups kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
So what they're trying to do is trying to match up who they have best to win the duel, the team points.
Okay.
And so there will be some jockeying that goes on. Now, when you have full teams, when you have an 18-man roster on varsity, there's a lot more that goes on.
Right.
I think he said was meaning Damian Tapio.
Yeah, Tapio.
Tapio gets a takedown.
So Tapio, quick 2 points here to begin this 152 match between him and Gorman of Rush City Bram.
Saw an earlier Gorman wrestle. We had Kellen Gorman, now we have Caden Gorman.
Tapio working on Gorman here. So now he's got that elbow in the leg there. And he lost it though. Virginia leads 32-6 over Rush City Bram right now.
That was a quick call. Stalling on the bottom, and so Gorman is not, the ref is viewing him to not be improving, to escape or to work away from Tapio. And a lot of times what happens is when they look at their head being down, they will look at that and they ball up their arm underneath. His defense right now is currently on the bottom is to wait for Tapio to do something.
Okay.
Which, that again, has been a push from the high school league to get action going.
Right.
Hard crossface there to a cradle coming.
You could hear it up here as Tapio. It's Gorman. Gorman fights back too.
So he's going to roll under here, go backwards on the cradle.
Ooh.
He's going to stick that knee underneath in the side. You can see it here as Gorman's rocking. So we got a quick 2 near fall for Tapio.
So Tapio's going to lead 4-0 here at the end of 1 period.
Gorman be his decision here.
Okay.
Or his choice.
So neutral, so they'll both be standing to begin this second period.
Yeah, so people might be asking, why would you defer your choice? The reason being is that, quick 2 for Tapio, but the reason being is that you're deferring for the third period choice to see where you're at. that last match, that match we had with Sundquist and Coolidge.
Mm-hmm.
Coolidge was able to defer his choice to the second choice before the third period.
So we hear the ref say unnecessary roughness.
So what he's viewing is he's saying Tapio may have come across with a crossface too hard.
Okay.
You have to be reasonable.
Right.
So if you back your elbow way up, like you're almost like you're punching across the face, it's not permitted.
Okay.
Pushing the head into the mat with your elbow is not permitted. Basic things like that. You would think, oh yeah, that's not okay. So, it's the ref's call, the ref's judgment if he sees that out there.
Mm-hmm.
They were faced away from us, so I didn't see exactly what it was.
Yeah, it was.
There's a lot of emphasis on safety with these physical sports, obviously, like wrestling and football. So that's what he's looking at.
Okay. Yeah, Tapio in that first period had a pretty hard crossface on Gorman.
Yeah. I think the coaches were down there chirping in the ear of the ref going, you got to watch that.
Right.
There's a lot more chirping down there than you think.
Yeah.
As you're the coach on the side of the mat, you can see him showing right now that was a crossface. That was too hard.
So Tapio does get the pin there.
Did you see the time?
I think there were about. I didn't. Don't want to guess. So now we head to the 160 weight here.
We have Burris for Virginia, who will be red, and then we have Jesse Eklund for Rush City Bram.
So Eklund and Burris.
Eklund, I've watched also grow into this role as a 160-pounder for varsity, and he's a ninth grader. He looks good. I'm looking at him right here, and he's trimmed up, ready to go. He's doing a good job there, keeping his hips up.
So
that's a whizzer right there, where their arms are locked like that. And what that does is, as long as one has the whizzer or the other, there's no takedown.
Okay.
It's a 50-50 who's going to push harder with the hip.
Right.
And so Eklund did a great job with it there.
Burris shoots, but Eklund stands his ground. And
Burris had a great match. Ooh, that was tough. Burris had a great match with Tim Johnson against the Dragons. So there's the takedown for Eklund.
Eklund gets the first points here in this 160 weight class. He'll lead.
Go ahead.
He'll lead 2-0, and on the scoreboard, Virginia does lead 38-6.
So similar to Coolidge, Eklund's taking a similar approach, letting Burris up.
Okay.
He was very methodical in how he got that takedown. Waited for Burris to shift his hips and jumped across.
So this sport just much more than taking each other down to the mat. There's strategy, there's the mental side of it. There's a lot that goes into this sport than I think some people realize.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I've been writing so much in the book here, I've run out of lead on my pencil.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
Do you have any pencils with you?
No pencils. I have pens. We're about a minute 40 in to this first period.
So Eklund's getting a little bit sloppy here, but Burris a little bit also.
Okay.
So they're kind of going hand in hand. The ref's giving him a little warning here. Guys, clean it up.
Okay.
There's a quick fake. Makes him think next time when he goes to his knees, hey, take that sprawl.
And that's going to be it here.
Blood time. No, maybe not. So red defers on that.
So Eklund has chose to go down to start this second period. So we get a whistle there right at the beginning.
Just a caution. You get
okay.
Yeah. See, I thought there was blood. The old coach in me, I can see
yes.
from up here.
Yes. The eagle eye for it.
Well, and I never was a guy who was like, I need blood time to get a little breather. It was more of like, let's get this cleaned up to be safe.
Right.
And anyway, there are people out there and they want their blood time so they can catch their
get
breath.
a little bit of rest.
Your athlete might be just taking the opponent to town and they want a break. There are no timeouts in wrestling.
No.
Put it that way. You don't get. One of my previous coaches always said, God, I wish there was timeouts. He's a big football coach. He goes, I would call timeout right now. I said, well, you can't do that.
Exactly. If only. But Burris will start on top here in this second period. Eklund on bottom.
So Eklund's riding on a 2-1 lead right now. And I'm feeling like he's trying to ride that 2-1 lead into the third if he can.
But Burris has got Eklund in a spot. And
he's got to shift his hips with him in that position. So right now Burris got a little high there but got back. So he's in good position here. He needs hands. A lot of times younger wrestlers are concentrating on keeping that base.
Okay.
They need to learn to grab the hand and gain and control that way.
Well,
there's hands. And there's a whizzer again. So right there should be no change as long as Burris kept that whizzer. See, it goes both ways.
Yeah.
And so it's a 50-50 move. As long as Burris kept that whizzer, he was in control because he was on top.
So no points for either one of them.
Quick stand up. This should be a point escape right now. The ref is letting him wrestle so that he can. There he earns the reversal instead of the 1 and the 2 takedown.
So we got blood time again here.
That was a pretty good whizzer that he used. So why isn't it 1 point escape and a takedown? Because there wasn't enough break from action, like from the body.
Okay.
If there's more of a break, separation, now all of a sudden it's a separation and it is a takedown. But right there, they came to their feet so close with that whizzer and that tie-up that it was just it was reversal.
Okay.
That's why it was only 2.
So not enough separation from each other there for the escape. But Eklund does get the 2 points for the reversal. Now we've seen a caution call on both of them here. If they get more than 1, what happens with that?
They keep getting cautions, and I think it's 3 or 4. So it's not a huge deal.
Right.
I always used to say, you're all right, you get a few. Not trying to make sure that they don't focus on those little things like that. And when they're in the battle in there and they're fighting for that in that match, what they're doing is you practice some of these things so many times in practice that they need to be second nature. For example, lining up in the referee's position like that.
Yeah.
You don't want to have them think about that. You want it to be second nature.
Yeah.
So if the ref views them as not placing your hand in the correct spot, no worries.
Okay.
Just you get a couple.
Ooh.
No points.
Getting a little chippy down there between them two. And a good match here.
Okay, so you can see Burris, he did not want to go down, but he's down 3 points.
Yeah.
He's down 4-1. So he needs to have the opportunity to have advantage here. Yeah, so you heard the ref there. Next one costs him a point. So you get a couple on your third caution. They're going to give him a point.
Okay. So Burris.
There should be 1 because there was separation there.
Okay.
And so now we go back to neutral position. And Burris can catch up real quick and tie it up here.
Yeah. All he needs is 2 because of that escape there. That awarded him 1 point. So he's only down by 2 now, 4-2. And Burris working on it, but He gets it.
Yeah.
So he ties it right back up here in the third period. 30 seconds into this third period, and Burris has tied it at 4 apiece. It's another one that's going to be a really good one.
Yeah, it's going to come down to the end here. Eklund there takes the lead here. So that escape gives Eklund the lead 5-4. And
Burris.
All right.
So Burris is going to get 2 there. Now he'll retake the lead, 6-5.
All right, so Eklund can tie this up with an escape. He's going to
try and work his way maybe
yeah
out there, but Burris keeping him in.
Burris has a good arm, a little bit of an arm bar there, pinning him down, and Burris has got him on his heels here a little bit, keeping him down. I know the ref is counting right now for stalling.
Okay.
He's watching Eklund on the bottom.
Yeah, Eklund's
his
got
head
30,
is on the mat.
30 seconds left, now reaching 25. Eklund's got to do something here. He's only down by 1. Like you mentioned, just needs that 1-point escape. He's going to work back to his base now.
Eklund might be laying in the weeds here to get that escape. The last 10 seconds here, but it doesn't look like he's going to do it.
Yeah, Eklund maybe just ran out of juice here at the end. He's got 3 seconds and don't think he's going to get it. So Burris going to get a decision in that one.
Yeah, Eklund came out. He wrestled a really good match there. That was impressive.
It was a very good match between those two at the 160 weight. Now we go to the 170 weight class.
Virginia's Niquan Tuco at 170. Graham Russet. John Chisholfo.
So 170 will be Tuchel, and I could try to pronounce that last name, but I know I will absolutely botch it.
I've not seen this name before.
So John. Ooh.
I'm going to go with Cacapo.
Capo. I'll stick with it. 41-6. Virginia leads over Rush City Bram, and Tuchel, he's working on trying to get that pin, but Tuchel has 2 quick points here for a takedown now, working on trying to get that pin there. He's squeeze. And there is the pin call. So 50 seconds into the first period, and Tuchel will get the pin. And it will now be 47-6. Virginia over Rush City Bram. We go to the 182 weight class.
Rush City's Dalton Bigston.
Bankston for Rush City Bram. And
Virginia's Keegan Comer.
Comer for Virginia.
Dalton Bankston.
Comer and Bankston here at the 182 weight class.
So Bankston, an 8th grader. Comer, an 8th grader.
So 2 8th graders going at it here in the 182 class. Bankston shoots, but Comer can get the first 2 points. Homer on top, Bankston on the bottom there on your screen. Homer trying to work Bankston to his back.
There's a good power half here. There you go, and he sinks in the half, Nelson. A lot of times we coach our younger guys to do is to just keep that arm. And then what you'll want to do is slide your body back so you're chest to chest. And so see how he's not quite chest to chest, but he got the pin.
So Homer gets the pin there, 1 minute and 9 seconds into it. 53-6 now the score as we head to 195 weight class, but might have possible a forfeit. Nope. So Lundgren gonna wrestle at 195 for Bram or Rush City Bram. Virginia's open. So Lundgren going to get the forfeit win there in that one. And now we'll move to 220. Got two wrestlers out there. Their names haven't been announced, but on the sheet it says Jace Allerton for Rush City Bram. And looks like Corey Bayer here for Virginia. With the first points, though, is going to be Bayer. It's the first two in this 220 match. 40 seconds into the first period. Now reaching a minute here into the first period. Bayer on top, Allerton on the bottom.
So these upper weights, a lot of times what you're going to see, and I mentioned in the first duel with Virginia and the Dragons, is typically the refs are going to let that stalling call happen a little bit later. But right now he's calling it quicker.
Yeah.
Really going into that whole getting the action rolling.
Yes.
But the bigger boys, I mean, it gets tough under there.
Yeah, yeah.
And so I will tell you that some of them can tie you up pretty good, and it's tough to get up and build your base. And so I can see that Jace is struggling a little bit here. He's an 8th grader.
Trying to work back to his base, but Bayer doing a good job. And that's going to be the end of the first period. Bayer working on Allerton, trying to get him on his back. Almost.
Okay, so we'll go both on the feet. Short try for a headlock, and then a little bit of an arm throw there. Not a lot, but he got the takedown on it.
Takedown there for Bayer. We'll give him 4. Allerton still with no points there. Looked like Allerton had an opportunity there for a moment.
Yeah, he needed to step in quicker.
Okay.
And so he did have the angle he needed.
And Bayer going to get the pin here. 2 minutes and 30 seconds. Well, 31 seconds into that match. So now we'll get here to the heavyweight matchup.
Oh, that This is Corey Byer.
This is Byer.
That must have been Ruben Menaga. Or Memanga. Apologize for the fans who are listening here.
So Byer going to be at heavyweight, along with Rush City Bram's Sterling. So probably at 122, we're thinking it was Ruben Memenga.
220 is going to be was Ruben there, getting the fall. So give him credit.
Well, Memenga got the pin there against Allerton to help Virginia get another 6 points here in this match. Sterling trying to get that throw, but Bayer does a good job of holding it off. We're 50 seconds into this first period in this heavyweight matchup.
I will mention there's two wrestlers that basically weighed in at 220 for Virginia.
Okay.
And that's versatility right there. Mm-hmm. So like when you can have that, you can have somebody at 220 and you can swap them. That way, you have a little bit of what we were talking about matchups earlier.
Yeah.
You can choose your matchup.
Okay. So Sterling gets the pin here, 1 minute 9 seconds into it. And that one will end as Virginia will walk out of today's meet with 2 wins. They get the win in this one over Rush City Bram, 59-18. So we'll get a little bit of time here in between matches before Pine City will take on Rush City Bram. And while we wait just a couple minutes before these two get going, we'll clean the mats, we'll get everything situated. And while they do that, I think we'll take this time to take a commercial break here on WCMP. You're listening to Wrestling right here, of course, on WCMP.
If you've been injured in an auto accident or have sustained other personal injury, you don't have to leave town to get good representation. Spear & Swanson attorneys at law in Pine City are experienced and will work on your case with no fee until they get you money. They also handle divorce and custody cases, criminal defense, including DWI and other legal matters. Spear & Swanson is your local law firm that cares about you. So if you need legal representation or advice, call 320-629-7586. Spear & Swanson, attorneys at law in Pine City.
Hey, I'm Chad Greenway. When I was playing, I loved chasing down running backs. But you shouldn't have to chase your bank around when you're buying a home. Franzen Bank & Trust Mortgage Consultants will be with you stride for stride, like a linebacker on a running back, from pre-approval to closing and beyond. Let Franzen Bank guide you through the mortgage process. Learn more at franzenbank.com/getThere. Franzen Bank & Trust. Real people, real results. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
M Health Fairview Clinic in North Branch can help your entire family stay healthy, heal from illness and injuries, or manage complex health conditions. Specialties include family medicine, diabetes education, and physical therapy. With early morning appointments and 24/7 scheduling online or by phone. To schedule an appointment, call 185-FAIRVIEW or use MyChart. Urgent care is also available at North Branch Monday through Friday from noon till 8 and 9 to 5 on the weekends.
Minnesota. It's home. Hot summers at the lake, beautiful falls, snowy winters, and rainy springs. We experience it all. Make sure you're ready to handle whatever this state throws at you with help from Minnesota Equipment in Isani. Minnesota Equipment carries brands you love, like John Deere, Steel, Toro, Gravely zero-turn mowers, and Aaron snowblowers. Their helpful staff can not only get you the equipment you need, but can help you maintain it so it will last. Plus, they carry a full line of farm equipment. Minnesota Equipment in Isani. Online at minnesotaequipment.com.
The Rush City Youth Sports Club is striving to provide an opportunity for young boys and girls to establish sports fundamentals in a fun, competitive, and sportsmanlike environment. The sports club is run completely through volunteers. They are supported by fundraisers such as the Cadillac Dinner, selling pizzas, hosting youth tournaments, and donations made by individuals. Everything earned through the sports club are given back to our school to buy equipment and subsidize costs for our high school athletic programs. To donate or to find out how to volunteer, visit Rush City School's website.
K&K Concrete is a proud supporter of Pine City Dragon Athletics. K&K Concrete specializes in foundations, driveways, decorative concrete, and more. Find them on Google for more information. K&K Concrete would like to say good luck and go Dragons.
Great homes start with a sound foundation. That foundation starts with a mortgage from Northwoods Bank. Northwoods Bank is a community bank that knows the neighborhood. We have personalized home lending solutions, and with our Rapid Mortgage, apply online at northwoodsbank.com 24/7. Be approved in 20 minutes and be in your dream home sooner. Think local when it comes to your banking solutions. Northwoods Bank, we make it happen for you. Northwoods Bank is an equal housing lender and FDIC insured.
Reliance Financial is a full-service accounting and tax firm. They offer a broad range of services for both business and personal finance. They take pride in helping their clients achieve their financial goals. Reliance Financial can help you with tax planning and preparation, wealth management, and day-to-day accounting needs for your business. Whatever your financial needs are, reach out to the knowledgeable staff at Reliance Financial today. Locally owned and operated. Find them at rfinancial.org or 307-462-6991.
Rydberg & Sons is your local family-owned and operated excavation company. From Class 5 and custom gravel crushing to shoreline restoration, Rydberg & Sons are your guys. They'll also do grading, build site preparation, demolition, graveling of roads, and much more. Need fill? They got you covered from boulders or gravel to recycled blacktop and concrete. So whether you're building, demolishing, landscaping, or have a muddy driveway, call the crew at Rydberg & Sons at 320-629-2503. Rydberg & Sons, we move the earth.
Before it's too late, call Dale's Heating and Appliance. Winters here can be brutal. When the temperatures drop, it's important to keep your heating system working in your home or office. Dale's Heating and Appliance will install and service an array of top brand heating systems and provide 24-hour emergency service. Trustworthy, on-time, and worry-free, Dale's Heating and Appliance in Pine City, serving all communities. For expert service guaranteed, call 320-629-3531.
Each and every hockey player on the ice has had dreams of one day making it to the pros. As we get older, we still have dreams, but those dreams change. Are you dreaming of a new home or maybe a remodeling project on your current home? Let Log Creek Builders help you make your dreams a reality. George Sell with Log Creek Builders is ready to help you complete your next project. Visit Log Creek Builders on Facebook to see what dreams have come true for others and what is possible for you. Log Creek Builders says good luck and go Dragons.
Your favorite A&W family restaurant in Pine City will be closed starting at 4 p.m. on Sunday, January 24th for kitchen remodeling. At A&W, we have loved our loyal customers, serving you since 1955, and looking forward to serving you the same great food and treats with our brand new kitchen for years to come. Like Birchin's A&W Family Restaurant on Facebook for updates and to let you know when we reopen. We look forward to seeing you soon at your A&W Family Restaurant in Pine City.
Graham Area Public Schools, big enough to offer opportunity, small enough to stand out.
At Graham Area Public Schools, we strive to build positive connections with every student that walks into our school.
We are committed to knowing our students to help them grow into the best versions of themselves.
This is a school where every student can belong.
Our school offers a wide array of options for our students, both in and out of the classroom, to learn and grow into productive, contributing, service-minded citizens.
Graham Area Public Schools.
Big enough to offer opportunity, small enough to stand out.
Go Bombers!
Are you interested in a technical degree that can quickly help you land your dream career? Or maybe you've always dreamed of going to a four-year college, but you'd like to start close to home. Either way, Pine Technical and Community College has you covered. PTCC offers more than 50 degrees in hot fields like healthcare information technology, advanced manufacturing, and business. PTCC is now accepting applications. Financial aid may be available. Online at pine.edu. Starting out or starting over, find your future at Pine Technical and Community College.
It takes a team effort to ensure a successful future. That's why Town & Country Insurance in Hinckley, Finlayson, and Mora, your local Grinnell Mutual member insurance company, and Grinnell Mutual are celebrating the accomplishments of our student athletes across every sport. We recognize the dedication it takes to work and play hard. Your display of teamwork makes it easy to trust in tomorrow. Trust in Tomorrow is a registered trademark of Grinnell Mutual Reinsurance Company.
Monuments are everlasting commemoratives to show our appreciation for lives lived, moments given, and celebrations with loved ones. Brand Monument Company has helped countless families celebrate and commemorate lives and moments for over 110 years. So when you need them, they'll be there for you every step of the way with your monument selection. Check out their website at brandmonument.com and see for yourself the amazing selection they have.
Wellia Health offers sports medicine services at all our campuses in Mora, Pine City, and Hinckley. Dr. Mullen and his team treat a full range of sports injuries for all athletes at any level of competition. If you are injured, we want to help you return to the game as quickly and as safely as possible, providing the sports medicine care you need when you need it to help you live life well with Wellia Health. Call 320-679-1313 to schedule for any location.
This is a story we all share, of a place rooted in tradition and rich with opportunity, a people driven by compassion and vision. At Essentia Health, we're proud to play our role in this story because we know that this place, these people, are like nowhere else. Visit Essentia Health in Hinckley, Sandstone, or our new location in Moose Lake for all your care needs. Schedule an appointment at essentiahealth.org today.
The new year is here. It's the perfect time to trade out the old and bring in the new. That's the new furnace to keep you cozy warm for the rest of winter and for years to come. Aquarius Home Services, your local heating expert, is here to help with a fantastic New Year special. How does a new furnace for as low as $45 per month sound? That's right, as little as $45 per month. To learn more and schedule your free estimate, visit AquariusHomeservices.com today.
Daggett's Fresh Foods in Hinckley, providing you with the highest quality food for your family. This week at Daggett's, get 80% lean ground beef for just $2.49 per pound. Get bone and assorted pork chops, $1.69 per pound. Get a 4-pound bag of navel oranges for $2 for $7. And boxes of General Mills cereals are $4 for $10. Deals are good this week only while supplies last, so hurry into your local grocery store, Daggett's Fresh Foods in Hinckley.
Back here inside Pine City High School, we're getting set for this good conference matchup here between the Rush City Bram Co-op and Pine City. Just about set to start here for this 106 weight.
So they did announce that Pine City will be green and odd. So let me explain that here. As we number the weight classes from 106 to 285, 1 through 14. And so what they do is when Pine City chooses odd, that means they are showing, for example, 106 is the number 1 weight class.
Yep.
So then they have to show first, and then they have to show their wrestler first.
Okay.
And then Rush City Bram would show second, meaning if they don't like that matchup,
right,
they can switch who they put out there.
Okay.
So then the number 2 match, 113, as we number them, would then be Rush City showing first.
Okay.
With that, you always look at the ref and you're like, well, why does one guy get to choose first and then the other?
Yeah.
Well, that's because if you are the odd match, you get to choose first on the odd match. If you're even, you choose first on even for the first choice. And so, for example, we'll see who goes out for Pine City on 106. But if Braxton Peets goes out, he will have to show first.
Okay.
And then he would get choice first after the second period, whether he wants to be top, bottom, neutral, or he can defer at that point.
Okay.
So in the third period, you don't defer your choice. Going into, you take your choice, obviously.
Yeah.
But that would be the reason why we flip coins and choose odd and even. If you've ever seen this happen, they kind of get together at the middle of the map.
Yeah. So we're just drying up kind of the extra dampness out there on the mat.
So while they're waiting here, I will say, going alongside of that, even odd, I will tell you that as a coach, as soon as you enter that building and even before the bus rides, you're trying to figure out what you got to be.
Okay.
And then you figure it all out on the bus ride. And then it's all scrapped when somebody doesn't make weight.
Right.
Or another team has your opponent doesn't show up.
Yeah.
Maybe it's grades or it's illness or something. So there's a double forfeit at 106. So nobody gets points.
So Pete's will be at Gorman. So, yeah, like you mentioned, a double forfeit there at 106, so no points for either team. Pete's and Gorman will go at it at 113.
So I will say, you might be questioning, well, why wouldn't you just take a forfeit at 106 with Pete's and then Gorman take a forfeit and then you're 6-6? What's the difference? The difference is you alleviate in the duel 6 points. It doesn't seem like a big deal, but now, okay, instead of there being 6-6, now Pine City could go up 6-0.
Okay.
Or Rush City go up 6-0.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. And they negate that first possibility of 6 points.
Okay.
And in the end, I will guarantee you that's going to become a factor here.
Yeah. Yeah.
I've looked at the lineups and what Rush City put out last duel and Pine City put out last duel, and I'm going to tell you it's not going to be a blowout.
Yeah. It's going to be a pretty close one here.
Yeah. So there should be 2 points right there. Right there.
So 2 points there for Gorman. And we're a minute 15 into this first period at 113. Again, the 106 weight class was a double forfeit. Pete's working, trying to get the reversal there.
Good switch.
He's got it. So Pete's will tie it up at 2 apiece as we approach a minute and a half gone in this first period at the 113 weight. Again, when these two teams come together to wrestle, it is always a good one. Seems to always come down to that, to the end there.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. And, right now you might be looking, well, most of their body is out, not their points of contact.
Okay.
So their points of contact, major points, knees, elbow, toes. And so right now, the reason the ref is not counting for back points or near fall is because Gorman has not gone past that 90-degree mark with his back.
So now we've seen that the coach kind of gave Pete's the decision on what to do there.
Yep, and Pete's chooses down because he was able to reverse Gorman here a minute ago. So he's looking for that again.
Okay.
Gorman's going to, last match, Gorman wrestled had a tough match with Gavin Nelson of Virginia. But he did wrestle tough. He eventually was tech-falled.
Yeah.
And so I saw some good things coming from him. He's a good up-and-coming wrestler here. He's a 9th grader. Pete's an 8th grader today.
Gorman doing a good job right now just keeping Pete's down. But
And one thing you can notice as you're watching this is Gorman's keeping, most of the time, he's keeping his knees off the mat, which forces the pressure down on Pete's head. If you're watching his head, he's really pushing down on that shoulder and that head.
Okay.
And that's tough. Like you get in there and your head's pinned down.
Oh, yeah.
He's driving with those toes, and those wrestling shoes are really meant for that, where you can drive. And so his coaches have really taught him well driving and keeping pressure.
Absolutely.
And likewise, another thing I'll mention is that Rush City has gone to a single A school in the sections, and so Pine City's double A. So if you aren't aware of wrestling, it goes single A, double A, triple A, and they have different styles. And so it's interesting how double A wrestling, a lot of it's on the mat, where you're not going to see a ton of takedowns.
Right.
They're going to do the takedown and they're going to ride you out.
Okay.
And like this right here, the ref wants action.
Okay.
Thankfully I will say for Pete's, he didn't call him for stalling.
Yeah.
Because typically in that situation, but likewise, Gorman wasn't getting off the hip, which I mentioned in the first duel with Virginia. Okay,
And
so
Gorman getting a caution there.
So anyway, going back to single, double,
Yeah.
triple A, single A, Rush City has had to change their tune a little bit and do a lot of riding, and you can see where it's paying off here.
Yeah.
Double A, you're going to get about, I would say, 50-50 riding and on the feet.
Okay.
And then triple A, there's going to be an awful lot of wrestling on the feet. A lot of
Okay.
takedowns and things like that. So there's a style change there, a little difference that we typically as coaches, we keep in the back of our heads. It's nothing major, but so Gorman gets the choice here because he deferred on his choice in the first choice.
Okay. So he chooses down. Both players, when they have, or both wrestlers rather, they've been on top. They've done a pretty good job, but Gorman here going to get the reversal.
Yeah, a little Granby roll there. Just stung Pete's a little bit, got him off his hip. There's a big game on hips down there where you try to keep your hips down to the mat, and when you turn them up, you open yourself up. It's called opening your hips and closing your hips. And right now, Pete has his hips closed to Gorman, and you see how he's got that one hip away. In the varsity level, you start to learn how to change your hips quicker, and we work on that a lot.
Yeah.
I've always worked on and worked on hips. And you want it to be a natural thing because you and I talked about windows earlier. When you get to the varsity level, it's the window closes for that.
Right.
And if you open that window, some of these guys are going to take it quicker than you can expect.
Yeah. We're in the third period, minute 5 into it.
In a situation like that, you still had points of contact in, but nothing was going to come of it typically.
Okay.
And so the ref takes the choice to say, you know what, let's get reset in there and get some action going here.
So Pete almost gets himself out, but Gorman does a good job to get him back to the mat.
You know, looking at what Pete's has done here, I would tell Pete's right now, man, you got to look for that reversal like you've done. So Gorman's trying to get Pete's hip up, and he did. And there's 2 points near fall. And you can see that once he got that hip pushed up, he was able to get his back turned. Braxton, there he goes. Get his arm back.
It should be 6-2 now for Gorman, and Pete has about 10 seconds if he's going to do anything, but Gorman doing a good job on Pete's. It looks like Gorman's going to take this one. There's the buzzer. So Gorman going to get the victory over Pete, 6-2.
So when we start looking at the rest of the duel and how matchups are going to happen, that was a big one for Rush City Bram to win that. Gorman got 3 points for the team, and it'll come down to who can sneak 3 points here and who can sneak a pin there. It's certainly not obviously over.
Right.
Frank Betters.
So Betters will get the forfeit win. And now it's 6-3. Dragons do lead.
At 126 for Bryan City, Landon Upright, and time is over.
So back-to-back forfeits there at the 120 and 126 spot.
And I would say that Pine City dodged Landon there.
Okay.
Let's see who they put out here next. Yeah, they dodged him. So what they did is they moved, if you were looking at the scorecard, Tristan Johnson, and they pushed him up.
Okay.
And so Luke Gould, a 10th grader, and Tristan Johnson.
Nine to 6. Rush City Bram leads over Pine City right now.
So Coach Barnes took his chance here with moving Tristan up.
Mm-hmm.
And thought he'd give himself a chance. Maybe even Tristan would go the distance and only possibly give up 3 or get a pin or get 3 even. So there's, essentially you get the matchup so you can try and roll the dice.
Right.
Kind of thing.
Right now Gold has an advantage on Johnson. He gets the 2 points for the takedown and now looking to end it here. Johnson doing a good job of fighting. Not giving it up easily, though.
Yeah, no, he doesn't. He's a fighter. I've coached him for a couple of years through his junior high years, helped out with him, and he's got heart. Here he comes back around. He's gonna get back to his belly here. Good fight. And see, that's what you're looking for.
Yeah,
you're looking for that fight. I've had times when I've looked at a wrestler and I said, "Do not give up a pin." So really, Johnson needs to pop his head out right here. There he goes. He gets
nice.
the reversal.
So Johnson gets the reversal there. Looked bad at the start for him, but now he's got the reversal for 2. He's trailing 2-5 here in the first period.
And he hooks that ankle with his right leg. He's trying to keep him down here. Return him to the mat. He's got to either return him within 5 seconds, 3 to 5 seconds, or let him go. And so I don't know if you could hear the ref there, but there's a technical violation.
Mm-hmm.
When you are on the mat, you cannot clasp around the body.
Okay.
You have to have another body part. And so he got called there for clasping, and another one might be coming. You have to really be careful to release your hands once you come down. And so right now, Tristan has his right leg hooked. He's kind of hanging on. Yeah, he needs to clear that arm out.
5 seconds left here in this first period. 2-6.
Gould is doing a good job with hips, and he keeps it. There should be no points given there. That was a good period for Tristan. He's doing a good job.
Yeah, he got into trouble there early, but then got the reversal. And got himself 2 points.
Coach Shockman down there says, "You go up, Gould. I want you up top because I don't want to see what might happen on the bottom."
Right.
Here.
And Johnson,
that might be what happens.
Back and forth we go.
Ooh.
And
so he did not give points there for that scramble.
Well, Johnson almost got a pin himself, but now Gould may have turned it around on Johnson. And Gould trying to squeeze, and he'll get the pin.
Yeah, he did a good job with a scramble there with hips. Gould's got some good hips. So 224.
224 into that match. Gould gets the victory. Now we go to 138.
For the Dragons, Caleb Kunin at 138. For Rush City Brand, Isaac Coolidge.
So 9th grader and a 9th grader. Coolidge had a really good match last duel against Eric Sundquist. Went into overtime.
Yeah, that one was a really good one there. Coolidge will get the first points. He's got 2. He's got
Caleb, really good scrambling off his back.
Good bridge there.
Yeah. They work on it every day.
He works his way up, and Coolidge going to let him get that 1 point for the escape. We'll get another 2 there for the takedown, does Coolidge. Over a minute gone in this first period. And another escape. Coolidge just kind of lets him go. Coolidge gets that leg.
Single leg here with a trip. He's going to go right to the cradle. Ooh.
And
seen him do that more than once. He'll pick that leg up and go right for your head. Before you know it, your head's touching your knee and you're on your back. Real quick ankle pick there. Fights it off.
20 seconds left here in the first period. Coolidge does lead 7-2.
And so right there, he did not get his arms or his hands around the hip, which did not indicate control for a takedown.
Okay.
I mean, to be quite honest, if Coolidge had literally brought his hands up around the waist and touched his fingertips behind there, that would have been 2 for him.
Okay.
So some strategy things there.
Yes.
You learn as you grow up.
Yeah, just as simple as touching the fingertips.
Right.
Got him 2 more points.
Oh, Caleb, good scramble there at the end.
Coolidge will be on top here.
Kneen needs to look here and watch for a cradle against him. He's got to be careful. There's an arm bar in there. He's got his hip. He needs to turn his hip down.
$15 seconds gone here in the second period. This 138 weight class. So Coolidge let Kneen get up. Kneen there at the end of the first looked like he might start to get things going his way.
Oh, never turn your back. So Kneen's getting caught because he's too tight in the ear, but he's allowing Coolidge to grab at that ankle, and it's working. Hands in the way.
Another escape point there for Kneen. Minute gone here in this second period. Coolidge shoots. And he'll get 2 points there. Does Coolidge. Oh, Kneen is going to have to get some blood time here. As we have 40 seconds left in this second period. Coolidge leads over Kneen 11-4, but we've seen the last time Coolidge wrestled, he had the lead going into that third period, and then it went into overtime.
Yeah, I would say he learned a little lesson on that one.
Yeah.
Get your points early and often.
Yeah.
And he's doing it. He's doing a good job here, and his takedowns, I would say, are above his grade level where he's at. So if we look at Coolidge, I'm looking at him as a 9th grader, and he's doing a good job here. He looks like he practices those every day, and he's got those down. And so, like I say, I've watched him wrestle when he was younger, even the 7th and 8th grade, and he's always been impressive with some of those, and he's carried it on into the varsity level. His coaches are doing a good job of coaching him through this match here. I think Caleb might need to pick up the pace here a little bit to catch up. And I think if he pushes the pace, he's got a little ways to make up at 11. He's down 11-4, but it's certainly doable. We've seen this before.
Yeah.
Got some JV matches going on the other matches, or Matt as well.
Kneen will be down. Coolidge on top. 40 seconds left here in the second period. So Kneen will sit here, and he'll work back to his base. Now he had Coolidge's arm there as he works free. Get another escape point, 5-11.
So he's got to take him to the mat to get that takedown. There was nothing there.
Okay. So no point for either of them. As we work towards the end of this second period. Going into the third again. And
nice high
there it is. So we head in to the third period. And like you said, Coolidge, may have learned a lesson from the last time he had a match go this long.
Yeah. And Caleb there, that was one of the first shots we've seen out of him.
Mm-hmm.
He needs to become more aggressive here and score. That's just what's going to happen because Coolidge has been the aggressor here on the feet. That's where he wants to be. And you can see the switch there to the aggressor. And no takedown there. So you gotta hang on to him.
Yeah. Need trying to pull him down to the mat.
He's starting to push the pace a little bit here. So gets his feet moving.
Coolidge, in a good spot for a takedown, but Kneen working really hard.
So Kneen was trying a little bit of a throw there, and he just didn't have enough hip into it. He had to have some more speed and essentially hope that Coolidge was going to give it to him, but he didn't.
Yeah, so
there's the cradle right there.
Cradle. Kind of like you said, Kneen maybe needs to push the pace a little bit, but he's doing a good job keeping his shoulders off the mat there to prevent the pin. 45 seconds left.
Caleb's a hard kid to wrap up like that. I always kind of called him Gumby because, I felt like he could put his leg over his head almost.
So Kneen gets an escape point. He's going to have to work quick here. He's got 30 seconds left.
So right now, they're looking at a major decision, which would give him 4 points. If Kneen can score here.
Coolidge going to shoot again.
Yeah, there he gets the. Yep.
So, two more. Going to let him up. 5 seconds left. Kneen shoots. What a good sprawl there from Coolidge.
2. Oh, yeah, you got the takedown. I was thinking they were on it.
So 2 more points added to Coolidge's total.
So Coolidge will win that one, and it'll be major decision, which will increase Rush City by 4. We talked about that earlier about decision, major decision, tech fall, and pin.
So they have a 19-6 lead right now over the Pine City Dragons. Schroeder here for Rush City. Hirsch for Pine City. Schroeder gets 2 for the takedown. 30 seconds gone already in this first period. At the 145 weight class between Schroeder again for Rush City Bram and Hirsch for Pine City. Hirsch working his way up, but Schroeder gets him back down to the mat.
Quick ankle pick. Luke needs to crawl forward here and get his legs back under him there.
He does it there, but Schroeder.
He's working a butcher underneath that far arm. So butcher's a versatile move, as you can see. He's now looking for a cradle using it from a crossface. And so it's a bread and butter move that I always preached because if you can't get one, you look for the next. And you put it together as a package.
Okay. 2 wrestlers are going to work themselves out of bounds. And Hirsch will be on the bottom. Schroeder on top. Schroeder does lead 2-0 over Hirsch with 35 seconds left here in the first period. Hirsch works to his feet, trying to get that escape point now. But Schroeder gets him back down to the mat.
And when you come up on the bottom like that, what you're trying to do is you're trying to create space between you and your opponent. If you can create space, you can escape. You can work for a standing sit or standing reversal. What that guy who is on top wants is to stay close and not give any space so that you can return him to the mat.
Schroeder will be on bottom here to start the second period. Hirsch on top.
Hirsch has got some good pressure here. He needs to turn that hip. Schroeder's just trying to work that leg up and come up and create space. So right now he's coming. You can see Schroeder's kind of looking for a Granby roll here. What he's going to do is he's going to, if Hirsch gets too far out there, I don't think he has it. So he's trying to block that butcher from happening by grabbing his leg.
Okay.
And as Luke spins around on his head there, he needs to keep going, first of all, and not give up. But he needs to keep going and pop his head up over. And if he can pop Schroeder's left hip to the mat, he will turn him. So he needs to lay him flat. There he goes, a little bit.
Got to keep going with it now. It looks like Schroeder almost – he's got that armor on that leg still and working his way back up.
Yeah. And that's a defense move there. Obviously, he's going to turn it into offense here in a moment.
And Hirsch shouldn't now that be 2 for –
Nope, because he started on top.
Okay.
So he kept him down. Didn't give any escape.
So no points for Hirsch there. Still working on Schroeder, though. But Schroeder's got his arm around Hirsch's leg. And
yeah, if he can pop that head out, he's going to get a reversal here. Luke's kind of hanging on to see if he can't get a stalemate. I would call a stalemate pretty quick.
Yeah,
here.
I was just going to ask, when do you call a stalemate?
Right
there.
Yeah. Looking for action here, I would say and the ref makes the choice, obviously, but he allowed 5 seconds to spin off where nothing was happening. And to be quite honest, if Hirsch can keep him down for this whole period, that's his win right there, as far as the period goes, and not let him score, because now he can choose down and put himself in a position to score.
So strategy coming into play here nearing the end of the second period, as Hirsch is not going to allow Schroeder to score at the end of the second. You said that was another key thing, too.
Yeah.
Making sure your opponent can't score.
Right. Now he's looking for his coach, and his coach tells him to go up.
So what is the thinking behind that?
Well, he told him to go up, but yeah, I was going to say the ref misinterpreted that.
Okay.
Now, if Luke gets another caution, he gives up a point because he now has had 2. So in the scorebook, Luke has 2 cautions.
Again, like you mentioned earlier, that's just something you want to make sure they don't really think about too much, that they're not worrying about it.
That's a practice thing. That's a do it every day in practice, do it right. So you make sure you're tight and right on those things, and then you can worry about what's going on right now versus in between the periods.
Yes.
So the strategy that Coach Barnes was going with Luke was that he kept Schroeder down for the entire second period.
Right. Now he's
almost had him turned.
Yep.
Unfortunately, he gave him the opportunity to go 2 points up.
So now Schroeder with the 2 points.
So now he's looking at a deficit of 4, and Luke's got to move.
Schroeder trying to make something happen, but Hirsch fighting.
And going back to that decision with Coach Barnes, honestly, I can say that being a coach, a lot of people will question those things, but I'm not going to, because I don't know what's been going on the bench, and I don't know what's been going on in practice and what he's been seeing. So he makes that decision based on not today and what's going on in the match. He makes that decision based on what he knows of the wrestler and sees him every day and the relationship he creates with him. Because I've always said this to my own teams
So he's got another caution there.
I think he missed it.
Okay.
Notice nobody went to correct him.
Yeah.
I could be wrong. He's dinging. We call it dinging him for stalling. He's dinged Luke now because Luke's hanging his head. Anyway, going back to the relationship you create with your wrestlers.
Yeah.
I've always said to them in the beginning of the season, I spend more time with you boys, like 6 days a week. Friday night, Saturday, all day, than I do with my own children.
Right. And you can hear Coach Barnes tell him, do not get pinned. He's got 3 seconds. Can he hold it off? Yes. And he will.
Attaboy, Luke.
Wow.
Attaboy, Luke.
Good job fighting there by Hirsch to prevent the pin. But
7-0 was a decision, not a major.
Well, just under that major decision there. Good job by Hirsch there. He was in a bad spot, but he fought hard to prevent the pin there.
Yeah, he did. He did a good job, too. So we're going to have to see who comes up for the Dragons. Damian Torgerson.
Now wrestling at 152, Pine Cities, Damian Torgerson. Rammer Cities, Caden Gordon.
Issue with the clock here getting reset in the gym.
So it'll be Torgerson and Gorman here at the 152 weight. Rush City Bram leads 22-6 over Pine City.
So Barnes had the choice here. It looks like they had John Mead weigh in also. He was weighing in at 145. However, I hear that he did not. From what I understand, he didn't make that weight class. So he had the option of Mead or Damian Torgerson. And so now Mead could actually wrestle 160, while that would be a huge bump up for him.
Yeah.
But he had the option if he wanted to put Mead in. It looks like he chose Torgerson for this match because it'd be a better matchup.
Okay.
And it's proving that way right now as he has the lead.
2-0 right now over Gorman. He's working Gorman's head in the mat a little bit there. Torgerson got a little high there on Gorman. Gorman almost took advantage of that. Torgerson corrects his mistake, though, pretty quickly. As we dip under 30 seconds left here in the first period at 152. And Torgerson with the lead 2-0 over Gorman. Out at 10. And Torgerson. He's got Gorman in trouble here, but Gorman's got 5 seconds to hold it off. 4, now 3, down to 2. Can he hold it off? Yes.
That was a good grip.
Wow. Wow. Torgerson got Gorman in trouble. Was so close. Probably a couple more seconds. He might have called pin there.
Yeah, he was in trouble on that one.
But Gorman fights it off.
Coach is trying to give Damian the advantage here. What he sees as the advantage, he just saw him put him on his back, and so he's going to say, you know what? I'm going to give you the opportunity to put him back in that cradle.
Okay. So Torgerson again will be on top, Gorman on bottom. Second period in this 152 weight class match. 10 seconds have gone.
Damian needs to get off the hip here. I talked about this a little earlier again, and so if you watch their hips, he's staying right parallel behind him. He needs to make sure that he is getting out to the side and showing that he's advancing and trying to improve.
Okay.
With the ref calling out that improvement, there's that action piece that you want to allow. So Damian's trying to slide into armbar here. He's got a deep waist. Now he has it locked up where he reaches under for the opponent's wrist, and it's nasty when you get it.
Yeah.
It collapses that diaphragm down. And it sucks the air out. Right there was a window for Damian. It opened and closed. That was the window. He could have had a half Nelson right there and over.
The window you talked about that just opens and closes so quickly at the varsity level. Gotta make sure you.
Yeah, you gotta make sure you take it. And so the ref's forcing action here on the bottom.
Okay.
Gorman got called for stalling. And when I would say, well, why is that stalling?
Mm-hmm.
And someone would ask me, well, essentially he's bunching his arms up under there. So if you watch him, he'll bunch his arms together and then he'll put his head down. And that shows that you're trying to essentially ball out.
Okay.
Okay. Now, if you're reaching in for wrists, that's a different story.
Okay.
So now Damian's come out the side and he's created, essentially shown space between them.
Right.
He's showing that he's working to improve.
Okay.
Unfortunately, there, Damian did not get a turn. He did not get points. But they're going to go to their feet.
So they will both be standing here to start this third period. Torgerson still leads 5-0 over Gorman.
And a reminder here, Gorman's been called for stalling one time in the second period here. That may come into play here.
15 seconds already gone here in the third period. Gorman tries to shoot, but good sprawl there from Torgerson. But now Gorman's got Torgerson.
Torgerson's got to get his hips out. There. Gorman's got to come underneath and turn the corner.
Torgerson looking for that crossface. Gorman doing a good job blocking it. Gorman's got his hands around that leg of Torgerson.
Yeah. What he needed to do is the direction he was going was correct. But he needed to, what we call, close the angle. And so if he had closed that angle, he would have had Damian on his hip. Torgerson's doing a good job here of stuffing Gorman.
Got under 50 seconds left now in the third period. Torgerson leading Gorman 7-0.
Now Coach Barnes is going to be pushing for that major decision. He's up 7-0, so we're looking for a turn here to get that extra point, that extra team point, and that would make it 22-10, which is a very important score at this point.
Yeah. And so you can hear the bench getting rowdy.
There you go. There's the point he needed, and there is the stalling call I mentioned earlier.
Yep.
It always comes back.
Comes back to bite Gorman. And unless Gorman can get to his feet for an escape point, Torgerson's going to get the major. 10 seconds left here. Hear the ref say again.
Called again.
Yeah, ref said it again. Work to improve, but buzzer's going to sound here. So the major decision win there for Torgerson. It's going to give Pine City 4 points. They'll have 10.
And we're coming into the meat here of the order for the Dragons.
And now we'll go to 160.
It's going to be fun. I thought he was going to get Eklund. You can hear the crowd.
Yeah, they're a little upset about it. They wanted to see Johnson go at it. And
yeah, that would have been a very good match. It was going to be fun to watch. But what's going to happen here is Mason Lundgren, from what I understand, did not make weight, so he's at 195.
Okay.
Supposed to be at 182. Anyway, and so what they're going to do is they had two people weighing at 170, and they're going to bump, and they took Jesse Eklund and bumped him as well so they could fill those places. And they thought they had a better matchup with Lindahl versus Johnson.
And Lindahl will get the first points here in this 170 weight class match. 2-0. He's looking to end it quick here.
Nice.
Got Eklund in a bad spot. So what did he, as Eklund still fighting?
Just a basic little cradle. He flipped him in, turned him over in. Lindahl's a very, he doesn't, how can I explain it? He just doesn't come unraveled. He's very
composed.
Yeah, composed, but yet he'll move. You know, and there's not a lot that's gonna rattle him. So
right.
I'll be down there and I'll be the one revved up when I was coaching with him. And anyway, and he'll look at me and goes, "What do you think I should do next?" In a real calm voice, you know. So he's a lot of fun to coach. And 3 near fall real quick like that. That was good.
So Lindahl 8-0 over Eklund right now.
Yeah. You know, and as you're watching him, you might be thinking, wow, he doesn't have a lot of push and a lot of fast drive, but that's him. He's saving it for right now.
Okay.
There he goes. And he doesn't take a ton of coaching. He's fun to coach that way because you can give him things that he needs to do, and he gets it done. So what the Dragons need here right now is they need Lindahl to pin.
Okay.
Not a tech, not a major. They need a pin to jump back in here. So we're at 22-16 with that forfeit.
And Lindahl got 2 more points there. It's 11-0. So maybe now he's gonna more work towards that pin instead of points. And he might get Eklund here. He does.
He needed that one.
1:46 into that match. And Lindahl with the pin ties it at 22.
And this is where that double forfeit comes into play.
At that 106 weight, both teams forfeited.
So here's a interesting one for me. I'm watching my own son go out there to wrestle. First varsity match.
All right.
Peyton Allen as a 7th grader. I did not catch who that was for Rush City. Graham.
I think it was Bankston, if I heard correctly.
It's 2 for Allen. Makes quick work there.
Oh, he's got 2 points already 10 seconds in, and he's looking to close it early.
Nice
Allen.
Near fall. Attaboy.
So.
His mom's probably watching.
He gets the pin. And he
Attaboy.
will help the Dragons get the lead, 28-22.
Boy. First varsity pin. Goes out there and takes care of it. His mom and grandma and grandpa are probably watching right now.
Proud moment here. He gets his first varsity pin at that 182 weight class. So we got a forfeit at 195 for Ram Rush City. And that's going to push them up to 34-22. Now it's not over yet, though.
No, well, I will tell you that Rush City's going to have to pin out from here. And what's going to happen here? So let's get these all figured out, and I'm going to tell you what's going to happen here. Is Logan Kalecki here has got his hands full as an 8th grader. I've watched Mason Lundgren wrestle all the way up, and he is a good wrestler. He does a good job. And so coach is hoping that Logan's going to make this match go 6 minutes.
Okay.
If he does not, and it happens where you have Logan get pinned and Justin Matson get pinned, look where we are. Where are we at? 22-34.
Yeah.
What does 12 points do?
Ties it right
Ties
back
it right
up.
And we go into that criteria. And now all of a sudden, those stalling points, those become an issue. Any cautions become an issue for criteria to see who will win the duel.
Okay.
And so I've come down to it many, many times with the Rush City Bram coaches, where we've come down and we have to look in the rule book and determine who wins the duel, because someone has to win.
Exactly.
There's no ties in wrestling. There's always a winner and a loser.
Okay.
And even in the dual meet, because you have to have that.
Yeah.
That distinction. And it will even, it starts off with coaches' warnings. Okay, so there you go. That ref is saying, I don't want to dictate this.
Right.
You guys do the work. And that's what a good ref does.
Yeah.
In this sport.
Trying to get some action out there. Neither wrestler has scored, and like you mentioned, Klecki got his hands full.
Yeah.
And Klecki shoots, but Lundgren got Klecki in a tough spot.
And he needs to get his legs back. Klecki does. Go to your belly, grabbing hands.
No points there in the first period.
Yep. That is the correct call there. So coach has his 7th and 8th graders coming through for him right now.
Klecki, he's only an 8th grader, but doing a good job there in that first period. Not getting
Yeah, I'll tell you,
points.
Klecki knows what he's doing. He has the basics to do this, and I wouldn't be surprised if he could scramble with Klecki or with Lundgren here and get some points. Or maybe it was a little clasping. I didn't quite catch it, and neither did the ref. Ref has a better view than I.
Yeah.
He's struggling to keep him down here.
Lundgren trying to get up, but Klecki doing everything he can to keep him on the mat here. Still no score between these two at 2:20, and Lundgren close to getting himself up.
Yeah, to be quite honest, Klecki's doing his job right now. He's hanging back. He's keeping the score very low, and he's keeping it tight. That's his job right now. Keep it tight.
Klecki, Lundgren trying to get up, and Lundgren's going to get that one escape point.
It's all right. He rode him for 1:05. That's okay.
Yeah, Klecki, like you mentioned, he's just doing a good job.
If I'm putting myself in Barnes' seat right there, I'm saying to Klecki, stay in position, hand fight, not giving up anything.
Right.
And he's doing that. He's staying in position, but also he's not backing out. So he's circling in, and the ref's not going to call him. If you watch their feet, and oftentimes what refs will do is watch the feet of the wrestler. If they're hanging back on their heels, now they start to look and go, okay, what's the stalling going on here?
Okay. Yep.
See?
Okay.
I was starting to look at their feet.
Yeah.
They're both going on their heels.
So
it's coming down to it here. They each got a call. If you get another one, you give a point.
So now for on Lundgren's side, he's got a point. Does he just want to make sure that he doesn't give Klecki a chance to score?
Well, here's the thing. You put Klecki down. Put him down, Coach. You got to give your boy a chance to escape. Hey,
so
I can disagree all I want. I'm on the radio right now.
Yes.
And here's the thing again. It comes back to what Coach is seeing in the practice room.
Yes.
And so.
And Klecki did right there get a caution just to quickly.
Yeah.
So you would have put Klecki down, but again,
that's all right.
Barnes wanted him to be on top.
And my philosophy is I'm always looking to score. And that he's also looking to score, but he's also looking to give his 8th grader against a senior a chance to ride him out and see what happens here. Because Lundgren's not getting out right now. He rode him for 1:05, and all of a sudden, Lundgren gets out, gets a point. Now it's a takedown to tie it.
Yeah, so, but Klecki, he's doing a pretty good job here.
Yeah.
He's not letting Lundgren get up or get anything easy, and Klecki giving him a good fight.
Now he needs to make sure that he doesn't get any stalling calls on him or anything like that. The other part here is recall, each has a stalling call.
Yes.
So if Lundgren isn't moving and he gets called on stalling, it's tied up. Let's see what happens. Okay, so now Klecki got called. He
Yep.
didn't get off the hip.
Okay. So it's going to be 1 point there for Lundgren. He has 2 now. Still got a minute. 1. Now a minute. Under a minute.
And I would,
this 2:20 match.
As a coach, I would not cut him right now because
Okay.
I'd be looking for a half Nelson to his back.
Okay.
Right here.
And
get your body down.
Lundgren.
Get your hips down. Get your hips down.
Caught Klecki. He's got that arm.
Yeah, that's a tough place right there.
Ooh.
Lundgren's got those big arms that are
Yeah.
going to sink in.
And Klecki just doing anything.
Yeah, he's got to get back down. Good
And-
job.
Wow, Klecki, good job fighting it off. He's got 30 seconds. Can he ride it out here?
So right now, Lundgren's looking for what we sometimes call a farmer, it looks like. And he's going to take him
Oh.
over in it. Yep.
And
Fight
Klecki,
off. Fight off.
And Klecki's going to get pinned. So it's going to come down to this.
So at 5:44 is the fall. You can't ask for a better performance from Klecki than that.
Yeah, that was a good fight there from Klecki. Took it almost 3 periods. And now we get to this heavyweight matchup, and it could come down to this.
Yeah, you hate to see it come down to your heavyweights all the time.
Yeah.
But it does. So we have Justin Matson and Austin Sterling.
Sterling and Matson. Sterling for Rush City Bram. Matson for Pine City. This should be a good one. Both these guys got some quick pins in their duels against Virginia.
So I'll tell you, Sterling's going to try to go up top here. And Justin is one of the most experienced heavyweights I've ever wrestled when I got to wrestle him. He was 220 when I was wrestling with him, but he has the experience up top in the arms like that.
And
the speed to get around. Now here he's going to take him to he'll take him right to his back. Okay. He opted for the safe takedown there.
So Matson with the 2 points here for Pine City. 45 seconds gone off the clock. Matson works to his feet again, but out of bounds. And if not, Matson was in a good spot there to possibly end the match.
I'm looking at the legs of these boys, and they got some big legs. That takedown, that return to the mat can be tough.
Yeah, they got tree trunks for legs out there.
Matson, he'll sink the legs in here, and let me tell you something. When he puts that leg in and he takes that power half, it's rough on the bottom.
So Sterling works his way up. He'd get an escape point there.
So this is probably going to be they probably aren't going to have a conference tournament due to COVID, but it would be a conference finale.
Yeah, this would be a very good one. Of course, like we've mentioned, always a good matchup when these two teams get together to wrestle.
There's a shuck there by Matson. Watch his hands. He's got his hands in places and right there should be a technical violation gripping the headgear.
Yeah, Matson has to completely put his headgear back on.
And of course the refs don't always see it, but it's a rough sport.
Yeah.
If you focus on those little things, you miss the big things. Like right now, Matson's got his hands locked in that tie up right there. He'll turn his hips in there real quick. He's watching the edge of the mat, and so Sterling is backing himself up there in case, and he'll throw it right on the edge there, and if he can get it, he's good.
So Matson very aware of where he's at out there on the mat.
Sure. Yep.
So Red Sterling going to go down, looking for that escape point. To tie it up maybe.
Yeah, he's going to really try and Matson's going to try and sink legs in here real quick. There's a good crotch
and
lift.
Matson.
It's a good sink the leg in.
Trying
to get the Turk. Drive. Notice off his knees, driving with that butcher.
Trying to drive here. Sterling gets back to his feet, but they haven't separated enough, so it's still not going to be a point there for Sterling.
Because Matson has his hands locked underneath. Okay. There's the point.
So it's tied at 2 apiece here. Matson been close a couple times here in this match.
I would not let Matson have double unders on me right now.
And there goes Matson. Matson looking for the pin.
And that would be why.
And he's going to get it. So Matson going to get the win and help the Dragons get the victory here in this one, 40-28 over Rush City Bram. So that is how this one will end. Pine City will come out of here with one win, and that will be over Rush City Bram. Came down to that last weight class there at heavyweight, and Matson was able to get the pin. Dragons win 40-28 here over Rush City Bram.
Yeah, it's their second dual win. So they beat Proctor this past Tuesday.
Yeah.
And congratulating Peyton on his first varsity win. I think they congratulated Kalecki on his first varsity win. And anyway, thanks for having me. I appreciate it. It was it's a different game when you can stand over here and say what's going through your head.
Exactly. Yeah.
I wasn't able to always do that down on the mat and be able to say, here's what's going to happen kind of thing to let people know and understand it. So hopefully we were able to educate people on what was going on here and help them understand it and see that the sport is fun to watch.
Yeah. It's very fun. It's very intense.
Now there'll be another home duel coming up here in a couple weeks. I can't remember when it is, but it's on a Saturday, and so it'll be a similar format.
Okay.
And so I'm hoping I can be back at that again.
Yeah, that'll be.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, absolutely. I enjoyed having you here. A lot of good knowledge coming from you. Thank you again for joining me. Again, Pine City gets the victory over Rush City Bram, 40-28. And we have a first varsity win for Allen there in that one, 182. It was a good one here. Pine City, we come out of here with one win and one loss. They lost to Virginia to open it up, 51-24. Then we had to wait a little bit for Pine City to wrestle again. But then it was Rush City Bram versus Virginia. Virginia got the win in that one, 59-18. And then in this one, it came down to that last weight class at heavyweight, and Matson was able to get the pin on Sterling and help the Dragons get the victory, 40-28 over Rush City Bram. Thanks to everyone who tuned in, and of course, thanks to all of our fine sponsors for sponsoring this broadcast, because without them, we wouldn't be able to come out here and broadcast these games, so make sure to thank them personally. And of course, want to thank Milo Allen for joining me here. Got a lot of good info from him. Again, thank you so much for joining me.
You bet.
And again, I'm Ethan Game Day Gilman. Dragons come out of here with one win and one loss. The loss against Virginia, the win over at Rush City Bram.